Good morning, good morning. Sorry I'm late. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Also, it's my little sister's birthday today. Hi, everybody. So I want to sing happy birthday to my little sister. I would love if you guys all join in the chat. So let's get started there. My little sister's birthday is today, December 9th. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julia. Happy birthday to you. And many more. He heard her name. Did you see him go when he heard her name? Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you this Thursday morning. I have a lot of makeup on this morning because I had a few extra minutes to get ready, and then I ended up going overtime to do makeup instead of be on time for the stream. Sorry, my tank top straps are showing and it's not supposed to with this outfit. So good morning, everyone. Lovely to see you here. If you're new here, I'm Laura. This is Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We get together Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays to hang out, get our morning started, talk about what's going on in our lives, worship our little King Thunder here, and do crafty things. Usually work on our crafty things. So why don't we do that today? This is what I've got working on right now. I'm filming the video for it. It's not a film week, but I need to get this done before Christmas, or if I don't finish this week, then it won't come out until after Christmas, which is not useful. But it's going to be a stocking. So today what I gotta do on camera is I have to sew together with blanket stitches each piece. Yeah, sorry, I have to think about it because it's like yesterday I did it and I made it difficult for myself for no reason, so you know. Oh, thank you, everyone. Happy birthday. Sag season, let's go. Thank you for wishing her a happy birthday, everybody. So today I didn't wash my hair, but I took a shower and got my hair wet, and I didn't add any new products because I wanted to see what just getting it wet was gonna end up with, so we shall see. Bloody long brim on that hat. Oh, by the way, let me see who's in the chat so I can say good morning to everyone. Candace, good morning. Hello, nice to see you. Frida, afternoon, lovely to see you. Deanne, good morning. Mary Grace, good morning. Marquetta, good morning. Welcome. Lovely to have you. Chabeli, nice to have you back. Welcome. Good morning. Rue, good morning. Nice to see you. Dawn, good morning. Nice to see you. And hello, Alex. Nice to see you. Oh, Laura, staying true to her name, I see this morning. Yes, a little late. I am sorry. Last Minute Laura is the name of the channel. You knew what you were getting. Sid, talking to my therapist. We'll be here later. Awesome. Get that conversation going. And Renata, good morning, lovely to see you. And Melanie, morning, nice to see you as well. Have I missed anyone? Rebecca's here too, and Lil Brat's here. Good morning, lovely to see both of you here today as well. I haven't slept a full night for, I don't know, since Sunday. I'm useless, with a headache, extremely grumpy, with no appetite. That sucks. That sucks really bad. I hope you can get some sleep tonight. Do you have melatonin or something else more than melatonin that you can help you sleep with? Also, look at how pale my hand is. Does that not look crazy different from the color of my face? I'm not wearing foundation or anything. I'm just wearing blush on top of my skin, but wow, oh, I guess it's just the shadowing because that's the same color as like my chest and stuff. Seems very pale. Anyway, housewife, good morning. Lovely to see you as well. I haven't slept. My daughter tested negative. Yay! That's awesome. That's great, Rebecca. I'm very happy. She gets to go back to school tomorrow. Thank gosh. I'm almost done my second bonnet. That's awesome, Melanie. That's great. I'm very happy for you, and I'm very happy for me. That makes me feel awesome knowing that the video works. I have lots of stuff. Melatonin, Lyrica, and diazepam. Still not sleeping. Jeez Louise. That sucks. Yikes, what is your body doing? That seems so not effective. Hello, body, you have a couple of jobs to do. follow the circadian rhythm and digest my food and keep my heart beating. You know, I know there's a few jobs that my body does, but you know, it'd be great if it could just do them effectively for us. Wouldn't that be nice? Where are my scissors? Here they are. So this morning we went for a walk and it was cold and snowy. Last night we went for a walk and Thunder needed to be picked up. Not because it was cold, but because the sidewalks had been salted. And when the sidewalks are salted, it makes it when they walk back on frozen. So dogs walk on the ground, right? When they walk on frozen ground, no problem. It's a little chilly, but like they can handle it. But when they walk on the salt that's on the sidewalk, and then walk on frozen ground after that, it burns. It burns their little toes. And it was like so sad to watch because I was aiming so that we were only walking on snowy bits, but there was a few spots we couldn't avoid walking on the salty areas, and Thunder was not happy about it. So we ended up having to pick him up. He just stopped walking and lifted up his paws and looked so sad and so pathetic. And I was like, poor baby. So we picked him up, warmed his paws up, and then when we got to another snowy area, put him down because he started barking at a dog. And I was like, if you are warm enough and comfortable enough to bark, you're warm enough and comfortable enough to try walking again. And he walked the whole way home after that, so that was good. But I think we do need to get the little balloon, you know what I mean, the little balloon boots. They don't keep them warm, they just keep them dry so that they don't get salt on their feet. Is there any other product that I could use? Because those things don't fit well on his feet. They often come off. And I mean, Thunder's also like, you know, a big baby, so he doesn't walk effectively in those little booties. So I want to know if there's something else that we could use for his tiny little kitty cat paws. I mean, he's a dog, but his feet are just so small, and those balloons, they don't stay on his little feet, but I want something so that he doesn't, I also don't want him licking his feet if they're salty, so when we've been getting home, I've been giving him like a bath in the sink just on his feet, because if he eats too much salt, he can like die because he's so small, right? It's scary for you. Well, not for you, but for me, on your behalf. Yeah. My good boy. Anyway, there are shoes with Velcro, not for Thunder size. They do not stay on his little feet because his feet don't sit like that. His feet are like very up and down, so they just don't stay on. The Velcro ones don't stay on. I wake up at least 3 times a night. Same. A full night's sleep. Can you imagine? I've got a dentist appointment today, part of a filling missing, annoying. It's starting to be uncomfortable. Hopefully they don't need to drill any farther down, they can just refill it. And what did Little Brat say? I'm a bit depressed today. It's 11 years since my best friend was taken away from me. This is the anniversary, 2 of 5 this month. Oh my gosh, Little Brat, that's awful. I'm sorry you have to go through that. That's an awful, that makes December an awful month, doesn't it? There are shoes with Velcro, and hate the neckline of the flak sweater I'm knitting for Hubs, so all the way done with the yoke, and ripped it out this morning, starting over and modifying the collar, hoping to finish spinning and knitting for Christmas. Oh my gosh, jeez. I will sew him custom shoes. Melanie, but like his feet don't fit into things. It's like his feet are so little that the actual bulky part of his feet, like the part that touches the ground, is very close to the size of his ankle. Like it's not like a separate foot. You know what I mean? Like look at these little beams. There's nothing, like when he's on the ground, there's like the size of a thumb touching the floor. Yeah, it's hard to be you, huh? With these tiny little cat feet. What are you gonna do with these? There's no calluses. There's no fur down there. What does this smell like? Smells like feet, yeah. Can dogs do that? What if he wears a coat with mittens? Like how kids have? Maybe, but when he lifts his feet, so we've tried those before, the ones that where the it's like a snowsuit that goes down their legs and has like a footy. It's like a onesie, but with the whole middle open. But he like, when he walks with his back feet, they come out of those spots. Like nothing seems to stick. What about a thick layer of paw balm to at least protect from the burn? You think pre-putting it on the paw balm? Because we have that stuff. It's like beeswax thing. Good morning from Milwaukee. Hello, Ruby. Good morning. Michelle, good morning. I love your cardigan. Is there a pattern for it? Yes, it is called the Natural Dye Cardigan. It's from last winter. All of the yarn that I used is naturally dyed with plants, and it's got a little ribbed neck, and it doesn't do up. It's just like a crossover cardigan. I didn't put buttons on it, but you could add buttons. Okay, so if the balm will help beforehand, Millicent would just eat it, but if it can stay on, that would certainly help. Well, Thunder wouldn't eat it while walking, right? He'll eat it when he comes home, but I'll wash his feet when he comes home. But while he's walking, I don't want his little toes to get burned. And if we move to that place that we found, it's all city, so it's all going to be salted sidewalks. Which I don't want for him. I want him to be able to have no foot pain. Like last year when we were in the country, it's like we could walk for whatever time around the backyard and he would just walk. He didn't like lift up his feet like he was cold. So I think that's just the salt that's bothering him. But I wonder if there's a pattern, like a sewing pattern that actually could, like, I know you said I could sew him something, Melanie, but like, is there something that I could sew for him that would, you know, help? Like we tried putting on baby socks before the little, they're like balloons, you know what I mean? The little feedy balloons for dogs to wear as shoes. The little feedy balloons come off. If we put socks underneath, they still come off. So it's like, it's not like I can fill out the size of the balloon to keep them on. They still slide off. Just from him walking. It's not like he picks at them or anything. They just from his walking, they come off. So I don't know what I'm missing. Like, what am I doing wrong here? There must be specialty tiny dog stores. I mean, maybe. Little mouse mover. Good morning, Laura. Your little king is beautiful. I love cheese. Happy birthday to your sister. Thank you very much. And I have come to love cheese as well. It was not a love at first sight situation. Thunder was our foster dog, and I fell in love with him. It took 5 days, so it was almost love at first sight, but, you know. He is definitely a king. He has a very cushy life, I should say. But I don't want his little feet to get burned, so I want to make him something so that we can go for our walks without him looking at me with a sad face and, you know, wanting to be picked up. But not because he's cold and not because he's tired, but because he's in pain. That makes me sad. If it was because he was cold, I'd pick him up and keep him warm. If it was because he's tired, I'll pick him up and keep him warm. But if it's because he's in pain, that just makes me feel terrible. I sent you a link to a place. I forgot you told us to leave it to you, lol. I'm sorry, I sent you a link to a place. I forgot you told us leave it to you. About the apartments? That's all right. Housewife, I've made several flax sweater and the neck is a bit choky. Very good. There's got to be something that goes up his leg further, maybe? Or, like, maybe we can find, like, garters that will clip whatever the shoe is to his sweaters, so that he can not have the socky things fall off. God, this dog is not even a dog. Look at, like, what are we talking about right now? Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine 50 years ago somebody being like, my doggy's paws, they're burned? No, they'd be like, the dog? Oh, he lives out in the doghouse outside. Is he warm enough? I don't know, I hope so. Dog food wasn't even invented like 100 years ago, right? It was just scraps. Did you get any news about the apartment you were talking about yesterday? Well, we got in contact with the real estate agent who showed us the place. And explained that we were really interested in it and talked about like what the next steps were. And they gave us all of the documents that they need. And yes, we sent them all off, all of the documents that are required, which is kind of a lot. But renting is what it is, and they want to make sure that you're not gonna, I don't know, be a bad renter, which is fine. It's just a lot. Like, it's like proof of vehicle ownership, driver's license of both of us. They do a credit check on both of us, proof of employment from both of us, proof of income, so not just proof of employment, but also 3 months of 3 months of pay stubs, or in my case, because I don't get pay stubs because it's YouTube, I get it's like a document, but it's not a pay stub. So they wanted 6 months of bank statements, just to show you can pay the rent. But it's like, it seems like a lot of stuff. When we moved to Toronto, we had to do all that stuff also. But when you move in Ottawa, it's like, do you have first and last month's rent? Okay, come on in. Like, move in, no problem. Whereas it seems that Toronto and Hamilton, GTA apartments, it's a lot more like invasive. Like, I get it. They want their property to be safe and they don't want anybody to like trash their house or whatever. So I get it. Like, if I was a landlord, I would also want that stuff. It's just when you're not even living there, giving somebody all of those documents about yourself, it feels like weird. Because if we end up not, like, what if we change our mind and don't choose that place? Now they have literally enough to fake our identity, you know what I mean? Thunder looks so cozy. He is so cozy. You're a good boy, huh? Need a little more cuddles there. You cozy boy. You have a hard life, huh? The struggle. Being so small, it's so hard. Also, hi B. I feel like that's kind of excessive. Oh my god, sorry. Yeah. It feels excessive to me as well. Like as the person who has to do that paperwork with Alex, obviously, we were talking about it and being like, if we didn't choose to live here, like, seems a little weird that they have all of those documents about us. And it's like, the last time when we were in Toronto, we were like, what if we don't get approved for this apartment? Do you keep all of these documents? Like, we would like to request that you, before we sign this application, which isn't even the lease, we would like to have a request that as soon as we either sign a lease or don't get approved and don't sign a lease, that you destroy the documents you have. And they said, oh, we destroy them after 7 years. And I was like, so you have all of my, like, my credit information, my vehicle information, like personal stuff that you don't necessarily, you wouldn't give to a stranger. You have to give to like these companies if you want to live somewhere. Just seems a little weird. Chihuahua shoes on Discord. Let's have a look-see, shall we? For those of you that don't know what the Discord is, we have a private Discord chat, which is like a private message server where you can share what you're doing or talk about what's going on in your life or share a whole bunch of pictures of really cute little Chihuahua shoes. Okay, I mean, that Chihuahua is very small, so it's like that, you'd think it would fit. Oh god, the little boots! Those little boots are so cute. He wouldn't keep those boots on, though. The waterproof boots. Oh god, they're really cute, though. Colors may exist chromatically. That's so funny. That's so cute, though. The little rubber boots, I wish they would stay on his feet. His feet would come right out of those rubber boots, though. But the ones with the drawstring, maybe? I mean, I'll try anything. I don't want him to have sore feet. I love my little dude. I don't want him to be hurt. Oh, do you have a new link for the Discord? The one on Patreon's expired. Oh, sorry, Alex. That's so weird. It says it's good for 7 days. Like, I don't know why. I've posted it a bunch of times. And it says that link is good for 7 days. And when people have joined more than that, like less than 7 days. Sorry, let me just post it on Patreon right now so that you can come into the Discord and join the party. 40 patrons now, you guys. We've got 40 patrons. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. Post title required. No, that's not what I wanted. Post title required. It is Patreon link. Okay, published. Give it a second. I don't know how long it takes Patreon to actually refresh the page, but the link there is now live. Apologies that you had an expired one there. Waterproof, anti-skid, anti-slip pet shoes or boots. Those are cute too. Okay, I will try. I'll try. It's from the 1st of December. That's more than 7 days. Okay, so fine. I can somewhat relate. I had to supply a similar amount of invasive documents when applying for student loans at university. Yeah, it's just a lot of your documents that they tell you are private. Like, don't share these with everyone, they're private. Like your social insurance number, that's supposed to be like a private a private number that you don't share. And yet to apply for housing, to apply for anything that involves credit. And also, when they do a credit check, it hurts your credit, which I don't understand why that is the case. Like, you should be able to check your credit 300 times. I might forget what the number is, but every time that a company or whatever checks your credit, it's bad for your credit. That seems a little suspect, doesn't it? Seems suspect to me anyway. So it's my sister's birthday, and I thought I was hanging out with her today because it's her birthday, but turns out she's got a dinner date planned with her husband. Fine. So I don't get to see her till tomorrow, which, like, my whole plan for tonight was to hang out with my little sister. So now I have to fill my evening, but I've already got the next thing that I have to do because I have to film this. I want to call it a stupid video because I don't want to film it, but it's not going to be stupid. It's actually going to be really a good video. And I'm excited for you to see it. But I need to film it because if I don't film it, then next week I can't edit it. And if I can't edit it next week, it won't come out until January. And you need to have a Christmas stocking video. Needs to come out before Christmas is generally preferred. Suspicious, right? The last link, those come in extra small. Yeah, I think credit inquiries shouldn't hurt your credit. I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of needing a credit score. Well, yeah, if you need a credit score to do anything, like to buy a car, rent a house, whatever, to do any large purchase or anything credit, like loan related, you need credit. You need to have a good credit score. And I have a good credit score. But if I found 5 houses that I really like, I apply to all 5 like successively because each one gets picked by someone else before I move in. By the 5th house, my credit will be lower than it was at the 1st house, which doesn't make sense because I didn't do anything to damage my credit. And it takes like 2 to 7 points off of your credit score. Same when you get a new phone. It's like 2 to 7 points. They do a soft credit check. 2 to 7 points can be a significant jump though, because if you're like on the edge of one of the like excellent, very good, satisfactory, poor, like whatever the labeling system is. If you're on the edge, it can put you underneath the edge. Good morning, Laura, and everyone in chat. Hello, Antoinette. Good morning. Lovely to see you this morning. Oh, I actually have my purse here, so I can show you the button that I have on my purse. The first button you gave me is my main purse button. See? It just stays on there. And I even did a custom buttonhole for it. That's my main bag. Do you like all the stains on it? They're natural dye stains from other projects. Oh, I put the strap in the middle. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now it's like a backpack. I wonder if it would hold like a backpack. Hold on. I've never done that before. Oh my gosh, that totally works as a little backpack. Oh, what a better way to hold a purse. That's great. Okay. Well, that's something I'm going to try when we're out and about. Anyway, that's the button that Antoinette gave me, the first one. It looks really pretty. Thanks, Bee. Love it. Thank you. I want to finish my crochet project, but I can't focus. I've shed a few tears this morning. I'm just sad. I miss her lots. Well, we're happy to have you here with us, even if you can't focus, and if you're in a sad place, you're still welcome to be here. We'll take you as you are. Sad, happy, depressed, anything. Everybody's welcome here as they are. So even if you're sad, you can stick around with us. Now I want to find a new coat for Millicent. I'm really good, way too good at internet shopping. Lol. Yes, I'm good at internet shopping too, but I'm not buying anything right now. I'm trying really hard. We're not eating out. Like, we're not getting any fast food. We're like trying to just eat sandwiches, essentially. Loving that sweater. You're so talented. Thank you, Claudia. I love this sweater too. One of my favorites. I'm not crocheting this morning. I know you love when I'm crocheting, but I've got to sew together these granny squares or the video won't get finished. So today is not a crochet day. I have granny squares that need sewing so that I can finish the video today. She doesn't need a new coat. Of course she doesn't, because dogs don't use up their coats the way people do. They very rarely get damaged. Thunder never needs a new sweater. The one was fine. I make him new sweaters because I like for him to have new sweaters. But need? No, definitely doesn't need one. And I'm sure Millicent doesn't need one either. But she definitely deserves a new one. She's such a good girl. She passed that test. I'm making hats. What are other people doing? Like I said, I'm sewing together granny squares for my Christmas stocking. A video that will hopefully come out not next week, but the week after, in time for Christmas. And what else am I doing today? Filming. I'm going to be filming the rest of this video. Hopefully the rest of this video. I really would like to get the filming done today. I thought I was going to finish it yesterday, but wow, blanket stitching a million of these together takes way more time than I had blocked out for it. I hate when I get this close to the end and then too tight. There we go. I'm making a bonnet. Yay, Alex, that makes me very happy. I'm glad you're making a bonnet. I'm making a crochet patchwork cardigan. Very cool also. Okay, come on, don't break. Just bend, okay? There, good, gotcha. These plastic sewing needles, they're a little bit long. Sorry, I need to weave my end in here. That's cool, a patchwork cardigan. Knitting a sweater for my husband, lovely. Trying to teach myself how to knit, very cool. Very respectable thing to try to learn. I can, you know what? I think I can say this now. I can knit. But not well. Not particularly well, and not particularly... Hold on. Yeah, okay, good. Sorry. Just thought I did something wrong. Not particularly well, not particularly quickly, but I have learned to knit. So I respect you for learning to knit because it's hard and it's stressful and it's like definitely has made me cry more than one time learning to knit. She got a new tug toy when she passed. Well, we passed. One can't pass without the other. I mean, of course, one cannot pass without the other, but she's the one who gets the new certification, right? She is now a service dog. I mean, I guess you are now a service dog owner, so you get a new certification. It's different, though. If you can do a knit stitch and a purl stitch, you can knit. I can do a knit stitch and a purl stitch, but not quickly and not with confidence. But I can do them. So I think that means I can kind of knit. Hey Louisa, good morning. You can knit, Laura. Thanks, Frida. I can knit. I can't knit well. Nope, she gets the vest, but we're both on the certification. Okay, well. Well then. Also making hats, very cool, Melanie. I just have to sew up the mitts I'd crocheted, but I don't know if it'll happen today. I didn't pin the wrong side out. So now I'm frustrated. That's annoying. It's worse if you had pinned the right side out and then put the whole thing together and then realized that it was the wrong side, and then you have one mitten that looks one way and the other that looks the other. No good. I'm in the same knit level as you, Laura. Well, good. That makes me feel better because I am in awe of some of the things I've seen you guys knit. When you guys post knitted things on the Discord, I'm like, I just don't understand how you can do that in any reasonable amount of time. Like, I could make a square, probably a pretty square, but could I make a whole sweater? Or a pair of socks? Or, you know, anything? I don't believe so. Hi, handsome. He just made a big sigh, that's why. Oh, both of our faces are in the picture. Okay, so I guess it is both of your certification. Well, fine then. I've been knitting for literal years, but I still knit quite slowly. Well, maybe someday you'll be able to knit fast, and maybe someday I'll be able to knit without worrying about dropping a stitch, because if I drop a stitch, the project is done. Baby cardigan like I am making right now. Oh my goodness, you're doing a baby cardigan in knit? I wish you luck. I wish you good vibes and good luck. I have to stare at what I'm doing. Sorry, I can't make eye contact as much today because I need to match up the stitches properly so that the squares are perfectly lined. Me looking at Frida's color work. Right? I know, I just don't understand. I see the things that Frida posts and I'm like, why is the yarn so small? And how did you do that? It's magical. I love knitted things. I'm not strong enough to do a knitted thing yet. Like I can't imagine finishing a sweater right now, knitted, but someday I would love to because I love how knitted sweaters look. Melanie, my tiny hands prefer thin yarn. We all drop stitches when knitting. As long as it's not lace, it's fixable. Okay. Okay, I believe you that it's fixable for some. I don't believe that I could fix it perfectly. Maybe if I dropped it one row, I could like pull it up and do a twist and hold it on the hook of the needle and be like, okay, it's probably fine. But if it dropped like 2 rows down, I'd be like, well, time to throw out the whole thing. I made a rectangle and I'm turning it into a mini wall hanging. Oh, that's a good idea. I could make a rectangle. I could make a small rectangle. Yeah, lace you have to keep an eye on. Housewife, if I put my nose to the grindstone, I can knit a pair of socks on zeros in 3 to 4 days, depending on the pattern and length, but it took me 2 years to learn to knit. On zeros, how big is a zero? That must be small. But drop stitches are crocheted back. Oh. I thought I just had to finagle it with my fingers and the tip of the needle. You can use a crochet hook and drop down as many rows as you like and pick it up and fix. Well, this is why I'm not considered an expert knitter, because I didn't know that. Or I did and I've never done it. Or I did and I never remembered it when it was useful. Toothpicks. Oh gosh. That's a no from me. I mean, housewife, great. I think that's very cool. Your family is very lucky to have somebody who can knit on toothpicks, essentially, but that's not me. It's lots easier to crochet them. Well, for next time, when I'm about to cry because I've dropped knit stitches, I will try and remember to crochet them back. My favorite are 2mm needles. Well, my favorite is a 4.5mm crochet hook. I like those the best. But I mostly use 4 and 5. Oh, this is much quicker than the way I did it last night. That's making me mildly irritated, but it's okay. It's okay because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be just fine. I've got 3 pieces together already, and it's only 9:45, and I was late this morning, so that's pretty good, I think. Because once I sew these together, I can go back to crocheting, which is nice, because then I don't have to think, versus this. Hello, Affordably Crafty from Massachusetts. Lovely to see you. I am in Southern Ontario, and I am sewing together some granny squares for a stocking today. One of my friends can pick up drop stitches in both sides lace. I'm in awe. It seems like they just pick up the loops out of nowhere. Yeah, I definitely couldn't do that. I'm using 6mm for this neckline, and since I knit mostly on zeros, it feels huge. Yeah, it would feel huge if you're mostly knitting on zeros. Is 0 2mm then, probably? I'm imagining. Because if it's a toothpick is probably 1.5 to 2mm thick, no? Toothpicks, that's a no from me. I don't know. Me neither. When my friend taught me to knit years ago, she was amazed at how quickly I learned. She moved to BC and we kept in touch. We keep in touch. She loves my project I make and send her. Oh, that's very sweet of you to send her projects, because she's the one that taught you. My grandma taught me to knit when I was little, and the only part of her knitting that I can remember, like, that I actually consider like I still learned that from her, is how to cast on. How I cast on is how she casts on. Cast it on. I don't know there's other ways other people do it, like when I watch videos on knitting, people do cast-ons differently than me, but I just do it the way my grandma showed me, because that's how I learned, and it's not hard, so it's fine. I've seen people like cast on with crochet hooks, but I just do it the way that she did. I have a hard time picking up drop stitches in lace. 0 in USA is 2mm. Awesome. So Frida, there you go. Now you know. The more you know. I want to text Alex and ask him if he'll bring my tea upstairs and put it in the microwave because it's cold now, but I still want a tea. And there's a microwave here. Let me see. Yo, yo, yo. Can you heat up my tea? Boo. I like to text Alex like someone who isn't me. Like, I like to text in not my own voice. So I text him, yo, 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 can you heat up my tea, boo? And then he will reply with a thumbs up and or an okay. And that is true love. That is how you know, that's how you know it's true love. Oh my gosh, I came up with a really good game. I want to play with you guys. Oh my gosh, one sec, I have to remember it. Alex and I made it up on one of our walks. And you know, like those driving games, like where it's like I Spy with my, there you go. He gave me a thumbs up and an okay, both of them. Okay, so you know those games where it's like I Spy with my little eye, like games to play when you're in a car, like good car game. But also, I think a really good game for us, because I think that it would be a good group game. Okay, so here's what the game is. A word that feels good in your mouth, which was, we were talking, somebody in the neighborhood had boats, and Alex said the word catamaran, and I was like, isn't that a beautiful word? Catamaran? Doesn't it sound nice in your mouth? Catamaran. Like, it doesn't sound like a disease, like, oh no, I caught catamaran. It doesn't sound like a disease. It sounds like either a place or a nice thing or a nice food dish. So then I said, if catamaran was a food dish, what would it be? And Alex was like, I think it would be a dessert. So I was like, okay, if catamaran is a dessert, what kind of dessert is it going to be? Is it going to be a spiced dessert? Like, is it going to be like a cake or a pie? And then Alex said, like, I think it'll be a pie. And I said, okay, well, I think if catamaran is a pie, then it's going to have figs, like fresh figs, and also spiced pear jelly in the pie. And what's going to be on top of the pie? Is it going to be a pie crust, a meringue, a whipped topping? And Alex was like, catamaran. I think it's a whipped topping. I was just letting him pick because if I picked, I can make a whole thing, you know what I mean? But I think it's a fun game, and we ended up inventing a new spiced pie that would be called the catamaran pie. So I thought that would be such a fun, like a fun car game. Like if you drove by a sign on the road and it had a nice name, to be able to be like, if that was a food, what would the food be? And then basically like figuring out the description of that food based on the word and how the word makes you feel and how it feels in your mouth. Isn't that fun? Doesn't that sound fun? You guys are talking about yarn here, and I have like a brilliant new game that didn't exist and now it exists. And I wanted to play it, but I don't know how. I don't know how to like initiate it, because it just, you have to have like word suggestions for it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. 5. Anyway, catamaran pie. A made-up pie. No one cares about our cool game. They're all talking about yarn. I thought our game was cool. It's Alex. You know him. He's your dad. He also lives here. I have big calves, so I need to increase at the end. What? I care. I said fish. Stop it. There's people who wear headphones. There's people who wear headphones. No, that's an orange. You can't eat that. No. I actually don't know if you can eat that. Hello, I am here now. Welcome, welcome. At least it's not made from cats. Thank 30 you. Seconds? 30 seconds, yeah, please. I got fish vibes from the word catamaran. Well, like, you're not supposed to think about it as what the actual thing is. You're just supposed to think about it as how the word sounds and feels. So obviously, if you know a catamaran is like a boat that people use in tropical areas, of course you're going to think fish and sashimi and things like that. But you're supposed to not think of it as the thing that it is, just as how the word sounds and feels to you. So if catamaran was a food, if catamaran was a dish, what would the dish be? What's another thing? I want to say like chihuahua. If chihuahua was a food, but it would be you. You would be roasted like a little goose. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell. You versus a little rabbit, if you were in a meat market, you would look the same as a rabbit in a meat market. Your fur and your facial features are the only thing that keeps you from looking like a meat source. Do you know that? He doesn't know that. Yeah, I'm wearing my earbuds. Sorry. How can you not do that when my brain works in pictures? Oh, true. Oh, that was I guess it was 30 seconds. Thank you. Yep. Cup of hot tea now. Yep. Thank you. Lol, so dark. I mean, true though, like, think about it. If ukulele was a dish. Okay, if ukulele was a dish. Ukulele. 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 If ukulele was a dish. Here, I'm serving you the chef special. It's ukulele. Pasta with some kind of fish. You think pasta with fish? A ukulele dish. What kind of pasta do you think? Because I was a floral drink. I was also thinking floral something. I was thinking floral rice. Ukulele Something with sweet potatoes. Okay, how about a sweet potato? You know the feeling when you crochet 50 squares and then 5 of them suddenly disappear? Yes, I do. I have 2 that have disappeared into the unknown. Into the unknown! Sorry, I had to. I'm thinking squid with Mayfun noodles. Okay, so squid with noodles, ukulele. I'm thinking there would be like purple pea flowers or like pansies. I feel like there would be flowers on the dish. The ukulele. You know what I feel like? It would be like a rice pudding, but okay, like a rice with flowers on it. Like a floral rice pudding. For me, it gives stew vibes. And Hunan style sauce. Maybe I'm just hungry. I'm thinking squid with Mayfun noodles. It's an Eastern European stew. What is ukulele? Frida, housewife, check my Ravelry. No, that's not it. Do you know the feeling? Okay, got that. Something with sweet potatoes. Okay, how about ukulele? How about, okay, it's like a gastronomic, what? You were totally off. It's an Eastern European stew. Ukulele, oh, ukulele would be an Eastern European stew, or it actually is an Eastern European stew. Okay, here's what I'm thinking for ukulele. I'm thinking the main dish is a sweet potato. Oh, sorry, something in my eye. No, it would be. Okay, how about a sweet potato stew, right? But the ukulele, it can have calamari in it, so like chopped squid, a squid and sweet potato stew. But you know how in restaurants they like have a rice that's just like a rice dish that is like, it's like a shape. They like put a cup full of rice and go like this, and then there's like a mountain of rice in your stew. There would be a mountain of rice in your stew, and the rice would have flowers with it. What? Don't you see what I mean? So here is our chef special. The chef special is ukulele, a sweet potato stew with lightly fried calamari, and as well as a floral rice with pansies and blue or purple sweet pea flowers as a garnish. Something like that. I feel like that's such a fun game, and it just makes you feel creative. And I feel like it's a good way to like I feel like if you had a bunch of kids in a car and you had to be in a car, like when we were kids, we would go to Nova Scotia every summer to visit family, and we had these car games that were like name a place. So then someone would say Canada, and then the next person would have to name another place, but it had to start with the last letter of Canada. So it had to start with A, and then it would be my sister would be able to pick countries that would end not in A, but the rest of us would be like Algeria, and then the next person would be like Antarctica, and then my older sister would be like I can't even think of a place that starts with A that doesn't end with A right now. Alabama. Abracadabra. Anyway, something like that. We would do games like that when we were driving, and it was always fun to have games that were easy car games that required no pieces and required only your mind. I feel like this, what is Afghanistan? Exactly. My older sister would be able to have done Afghanistan. And then the rest of us would be like, oh, thank goodness, Nigeria. And then it would be back to A's again, and we'd have to wait for my older sister's turn or my mom's turn for it to turn into not an A word. Exactly. Then my mom would go, okay, Arkansas. And then the next person would say, oh, San Francisco. And then someone would go, Ontario. And then someone would go, Oklahoma, and then we're back to the A's again. You had to know a lot of A locations, and it was just my mom and my older sister who would have more A locations that didn't end in A. That's what I did. I used to get horrendously car sick. Yuck. Car sickness is a bummer. I had a family member who used to get car sick, and I used to think it was a scam so that they could sit in the front seat. Because, you know, it was always like, shotgun, I want to sit in the front seat, but the car sick person gets to sit in the front seat. We would do that too. We would decide to count however many of whatever color car. How many red cars will we see in the next 15 minutes? I feel like when it was counting cars, it was for my parents to have some quiet time, because we would quietly count, and then it would be like, okay, how many cars did everybody count? But I don't know. I think this food one is like a lot of fun. I feel like it's like it requires imagination, and I like it. So I think that you guys should share that game with your friends and family. It's a fun game to play at Christmas time, because imagine at Christmas time, there's got to be fun things that have names at Christmas time. Like wreath or ornament. Just words that are not food, you know what I mean? I'm the complete opposite. I have to sit in the back. Oh, well, this person, they had to sit in the front so that they could only look forward and not see the movement behind them. Oh, and a love for food. I suppose that's true too, Frida. If people really don't like food, then they can't imagine the amazing dishes that are possible. We have 3 letters and 3 numbers on our plates. Oh, we have 3 letters and 3 numbers, except if you buy a custom plate. So when we found custom plates, we would read those, but if you get a custom plate, it's like $200 extra, and you can put Last Minute Laura as your license plate if you want. So there's people who have like their name as their license plate. Guess you're right, you need to like food too. Fine, Frida. Anyway, I thought it was a fun game, and I wanted to share it with you because I felt like I had discovered something. Like, I really thought I did something there, and even while Alex and I were playing it, I was like, I think this is the best game ever, ever, ever. And he was like, sure. And then I was like, you don't understand me. My love for... I think it's a fun game too. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Because it is a fun game. And it's fun when you pick things that aren't, like, there's words that are pleasant in your mouth, like catamaran, that feels nice to say, but like microphone. If microphone was not a microphone, what would microphone be as a food, you know? Guess what? I found the 5 squares. Marquetta, can you find mine, please? I'm not sure if it works with larger groups, though. Fair enough. That's a possibility, that it's just, it doesn't translate the same. I need to take a sip of my tea because this thing is going to cool down. Oh my god, look at my dog right now. It's going to cool down in no time. So, this is tea. You don't drink tea. See? Nothing in there for you. Corn on the cob, but made with peas. Microphone. How would you do that? How do you do corn on the cob made with peas? Gonna get some coffee and a sandwich. Might help the headache. It's making me squint. Oh, when a headache starts to make you squint, that's awful, because then you also start to get a headache here from having the tension of the muscles be squinty. Also, then you get this lovely wrinkle that will never heal. My squinting wrinkle that doesn't disappear when I stop squinting. If I, oh, you make it with hot glue, of course. Ew. That's amazing for my picture brain. If I ever become a rich person, maybe I'll get Botox in between my eyes. Or, I don't know. Look at all those wrinkles, though. It's a lot. They're not even, like, wrinkles. They're, like, more than wrinkles. They're wrinkles the way, like, a bulldog has wrinkles. It's snowing here. Is it snowing here? It's not currently snowing here. But Melanie, we did have snow yesterday. And, oh, 22 viewers and 22 likes. I love you guys. Thank you for clicking the like button. Oh, you're so nice. I forgot to spam a million times. Don't forget to click the like button. So don't forget to click the like button. But also I see that you already have. So thank you. I already have that wrinkle ingrained in my forehead. I have horrible eyesight. Then you squint. Oh my god, yes, I just went to the bathroom and it is blizzarding and lovely outside. Oh, Sid, that is good. A blizzarding day when you're like, well, I guess I can't do any work outside. I guess I'll just have to stay inside. I love those days. Like days when I choose to stay inside on a nice day, those feel bad. But days when there's no option. It's pouring rain. All I can do is stay inside and crochet and vacuum and whatnot. I love getting old. Wrinkles to me are freeing. Wrinkles are not a big deal to me now that I don't get ID'd at the liquor store or at not the liquor store, I don't go to the liquor store, but you can buy beer now at our grocery store. And last week I went and got groceries with Alex, and I went in alone because Thunder was with us, and didn't get ID'd. I got him like 3 beers. They didn't even look. They didn't even ask. I was wearing a mask. You don't know how old I am. Maybe I'm 18. Not anymore. Now I'm officially past the age that they could speculate that I'm too young to buy alcohol. So now at this point, I guess wrinkles don't matter anymore. So that's where we're at. Excuse to watch Netflix and knit? Okay, I guess. Sid, that's exactly how I feel. Morning, Scrappy. Nice to see you this morning. Yay, all the likes. Agreed, Rebecca. Oh my god, yes, I just went to the... Oh, I read that already. I'm putting together a care package. Do you want a bar of my Yes, Sid, I want a bar of your calendula soap. I'll send you more calendula because I have so much calendula. Can I send it to you in like a baggie though instead of a jar? Because a jar is going to be so much more heavy to ship. They need to see ID even if you look old, and yet they didn't. They didn't even check my ID. And yes, it's technically the law, and yet they didn't. I have 20 minutes before I have to leave for work. Thought I'd come and hang for a little bit. It's a pouring rain. Well, it is freezing cold here. When I say freezing cold, I mean like literally freezing. It's -3 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that means for American degrees. It's got to be, what, 32 is 0, so it's probably like 30 or 31. It's cold. I don't need calendula, but a baggie would be fine. Well, good. Then I'll send you a baggie, and they'll be like, is this drugs? And then they'll be like, do drugs come in yellow flour now? And then they'll say no, and then they'll be able to send it. I'm the opposite. There are definitely situations where I should have been ID'd, but I wasn't. That didn't happen to me. That happened to Alex, but, oh, I guess he was already old enough when I met him. But he never has been ID'd around me. But he also has facial hair, so they're like, well, I guess he's old enough. Okay, well, thank you. If you don't look under a certain age, then they have to ask for ID. I stopped getting carded when I turned 40. It was sad times for me. Well, that's me now. I stopped getting carded. I even opened my wallet, like, ready for them to ask for the ID. Like, I had it flipped open facing them. And then she was like, the lady who had, like, it's a grocery store, so they have an adult lady come to approve the alcohol, punched them in and just started walking away. And I was like, I have my ID out. And she was like, do you want me to check? And I was like, no, it's fine. I don't care. It's okay. I don't mind. I am old enough. And I know I'm old enough. Sorry, I'm not crying. There's just something in my eye because when I wear heavy eye makeup like I did today for whatever reason, I get it in my eyeballs. If you look under 30 here, that is when they ask for it. Well, I guess I don't look under 30. They're supposed to do it here if you look under 25. They have to scan it or put in the date now. Oh, they don't have to do that here. Not yet. Okay, oh wait, I didn't even drink all my tea. Okay, there is something literally in my eye now. It's just makeup getting in my eye. This is why you shouldn't wear makeup, anybody. Anyway, our age of majority is less than you, though. We're 19, you guys are 21. In the UK, it's 25. What's the age that you can buy in the UK? Is it like 15? It's younger than Canada, isn't it? We're 19. I'm blind. I feel like when we went to the Dominican, it was, if you're tall enough to reach the bar, you're old enough to order. that was how it felt. 18, okay. Not 15, fine. So this granny square stocking better be frickin' adorable because of how much work it has taken me. Alcohol and cigarettes are 21 now. I think that that's fine. As I am past that age, I think that older is better. But when I was that age, I was like, oh, so stupid. We're just gonna party, except for you're stupid when you're 19. Like, when we were allowed to buy alcohol at 19, I'm like, oh my god, we were just like kids partying. Back, I have coffee and Christmas bread sandwich. What's a Christmas bread sandwich? I'm 49 and I'm called ma'am. So sad. Ma'am. I've been called ma'am and I've been taken aback from it. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm comfortable with that just yet, young one. Just because you're 16 working at the store, I don't think ma'am is a ma'am. It's fine. In the Netherlands, it used to be 16 for beer and 18 for strong, and now it's 18 for all alcohol. Okay, that's not, I mean, 16 seems a little young, because when you're 16, I'm thinking of like the way my brain was at 16. I don't know if it would have been a great idea for me to be somebody who could drink, but at the same time, I kind of like that it's separate because the hard stuff, you know, shouldn't be for kids. The decisions I made at 19, yikes. Yep. I mean, I guess my decisions weren't that bad because I also already had Alex, but the decisions we made, like when we went clubbing, ew, first of all, Alex and I clubbing, can you imagine? Alex would be wearing what boys wear to a club, so just regular clothes, and I would be dressed in the, like, cringiest, skimpiest outfit, and we would go clubbing. And when you go clubbing, you're like dirty dancing around a bunch of, I don't know. Now I look at it and I'm like, it's not my scene at all. But there was a time when Alex and I would go clubbing and then we would be separate at the club. Alex would be dancing on stage and I would be dancing in the pit with whoever I was dancing with. And I would be in these little skin-tight dresses that went just to where my fingers were, or even shorter. Oh my god, like it wouldn't cover my butt nowadays, but I was skinnier back then. And I would be all decked out, all make-upped out, and Alex would look so good, and he would dance. Alex was a dancer at the clubs. Like, he had the best time at clubs. Like, when we would go, I wouldn't even hang out with him because he was so embarrassing. I wasn't embarrassed of him because I don't feel that towards things he does. He's like, I think it's funny, but he wanted to like dance, like straight up dance. And so he would get up on the stage with like the little skinny sexy girls who were dancing on the stage because they were allowed to because they're pretty, and he would be like up there with them, the only guy on stage, totally unaware of the fact that nobody else was doing that but him, and I was loving it, and we had a great time, and we would stay out late, and we wouldn't even drink that much because it was so expensive to drink at the club, and then we would go home at 2 in the morning, and that's love, people. Oh my god, the mom vibes right now. Right? I know, my kids are gonna be like clubbing, and I'll be like, ugh, so trashy, you children, out with your music and your gyrating. Lol. Doing his thing. Fantastic. Exactly. Total king vibe. Yeah, he was definitely a total king. Except for he would be intoxicated, and then he would be I stopped him from getting in fights more than one time because he was not aware of his surroundings. Like, he wasn't engaging in a fight. It's like he would bump people because he was dancing to his heart's content. And when I say dancing, I mean like he was dancing like with his whole body, like his arms and his legs and his whole body were dancing. And there was more than one time where I would have to calm down a very large angry boyfriend and be like, he's not trying to dance with your girlfriend, he literally didn't mean to bump her. He cannot see anything around him. And then Alex would be like, what's going on? So funny. Oh, dude, I've been in plenty of fights in the day. To be young with no pain. Totally, right? In my opinion, if you're expected to carry, or vote for the leader of the largest superpower in the world, I'm of the mind you can be responsible enough to have a beer. But yeah, that's kind of crazy that that those responsibilities are also put on kids. Hey, Lori, good morning. I'm trying to get a really big knot out of black yarn. Oh, good luck with that. Ola doesn't get drunk. Alcohol just doesn't work on him. Well, maybe that's good. Because alcohol works on Alex. Turns him into a dancer. It doesn't turn him into a loud person. Like, he's not like someone who gets loud. He's someone who, his inhibitions for his dance moves are greatly reduced. Now just getting out of bed is painful. Literally, right? Waking up and being like, 1, 2, 3, and there's pain. I bet y'all had tons of fun. Sid, we did. We definitely did. And I remember 21, finally getting to use my actual ID and wearing mini dresses and thigh-high boots. Yikes. Yeah, wearing high heels was a thing that I did, and I walked like someone who doesn't wear high heels regularly. It was very not cute, but I looked cute. Or at least I thought I looked cute. And Alex thought I looked cute. And I never felt unsafe because I was with a very large, muscular Russian man, so no problems. This one only took about 3 hours. That's awesome! We only get drunk on holidays or at our families or our house, and wow, we pay for it the next day. Yeah, I don't think I could do that anymore. I literally don't think I could survive clubbing anymore. I don't think so. Like, no, I just don't think so. Not likely, anyway. And Melanie also, yay! I personally think the recruitment age needs to be increased, but that's just me. Right, because your brain is not finished, and you're making a huge decision that could result in trauma that you're not able to know about it happening yet, because you're 18. Yeah. I agree. Dude, I remember clubbing in LA wearing the highest of heels and running with ease in them. Here I'm in flats because of my back. Yeah, I was never good at heels. I don't know why I even bothered. I should have just invested in a cute pair of flats that would look like heels, but I would wear heels and have bleeding ankles by the time we left the club, or I would be that one of those girls who takes off their shoes at the club. Disgusting? Yes. Necessary? Sometimes. But my dresses and my hair looked cute, so that's good. I realized fast that if I wear heels, I fall down. Good thing to realize so that you don't keep trying. My mom was a teacher, and for like 30-something years. Am I out of red? Did I sew them all together? Oh God! It's time for me to crochet another red one. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hold on. I just need to line them up. Here's what I got done yesterday. 80s kids, so we basically wore heels even with jeans. Oh, the fashion. Well, my mom, when she was teaching, I had a talk with her about this the other day when she was leaving, because she was wearing like a cute pair of boots with heels, and I was like, I don't understand how you still like wear things with heels. You're a farmer. Like when she's on the farm, she's obviously working, like wearing farm stuff, but when she goes out, she'll wear like heeled boots. And I was like, I remember when you would go to work every single day wearing a different pair of high heels. She would wear the high heels all day and then come home, and if she went somewhere else, she'd put on her high heels again. Like, she could go for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in these high heels, and I have no idea how anyone could do that, because that sounds crazy to me. Am I missing? I'm only missing one piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one red square. Yeah, and she was fine, and her heels weren't bleeding all the time. Like, that's what I was like, what? And also she would wear a different blazer. Like, she had like a million blazers. She had a dope pair of perfect shoes. That's how. She had 50 pairs of dope shoes. Like, as a kid, I had like 3 pairs of shoes, right? Like a winter pair for winter boots. Sorry, one sec, I have to count for a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch the round. I had like 3 pairs of shoes. I had a I'm going to the pond pair of shoes, which was they're allowed to get muddy, they're allowed to go and they're gross. I had a school pair of shoes, and I had a winter shoes. And then when I got older, obviously there was a pair of nice shoes for if we had to go to a nice thing. But my mom had like 50 pairs of high-heeled shoes. They were almost all the exact same naturalizer. Exactly. They were almost the exact same pair. Just whenever they came out with a new style in that pair, like the foot shape or whatever, the heel shape was always the same, but the color and the designs were different, but they were almost all the exact same shoe, just different colors and patterns and stuff. And she would have different shoes for every day, and she would have a different blazer for every day. Like, she wore blazers to work with a different blouse underneath it every day, and her earrings would match her blouse or her shoes, and she would have a purse that matched anything. So she had her like regular purse, but she had like jewelry that matched her outfit every day, and it was different jewelry. And then she had themed jewelry for any time that it was a themed time of year. My mom was like a teacher, like real, I don't know, the way that I remember a teacher. My little sister now, I went to pick her up a couple of days ago from work, and teachers, like the boy teachers, looked like the same as the students, just taller. Like, they had a hoodie and jeans on. Like, literally, it wasn't like, they don't, like, maybe they have a collared shirt, but it wasn't like a button down. It was like a golf shirt. Like, I can't remember a male teacher not wearing like dress pants and a button-up shirt and a tie. Like, I'm having flashbacks to grade school. Literally, right? This is suck early 90s work vibes. Literally. Oh, I love a cute pair of Mary Janes. Totally. Heels or barefoot. Very good. My love for shoes started early. I gave up on the knot, just cut it out and tied the ends together. I understand. Same. It gives me flashbacks to grade school, but it's literally not the way that it is now. Like, they don't have to dress that way because it doesn't affect your ability to teach. And kids won't respect you anyway. So if you wear fancy clothes, you're not going to be more respected. But anyway, like, there's teachers who will just like wear hoodies. What is it? You already went out. You already had your breakfast. You already did everything. What do you need? Why'd you cry? Just for attention? Did you just want a little attention? I could give you a little attention. If that's what you need. I got enough attention to go all around for you. I'm a big baby. Here. You need more coziness? Is that what you need? More warmth? Does that help? Ooh. Little babushka dog? Good boy. My cat is being needy today too. Wow, my teachers wore what we wore. A little more respectable maybe, but jeans definitely. Jeans never. When I was in high school or grade school, never would I see a teacher in jeans. Maybe on like crazy outfit day, or you know what I mean? Like when they did things like that, or crazy hair day or pajama day, maybe they'd wear jeans on a day like that. But no, it was like respectable clothing only. I remember my pair of first Louboutin heels. I missed it. I really thought I was something. Now I'm over here buying sneakers and cute flats. Yeah. Younger men, in my opinion, these days are very similar looking from 12 to 30. Literally, like, it's all the same outfit from 12 to 30. Babushka dog. Tail wags violently. Are you a little babushka? Are you a babushka dog? Now that I ask you when everyone's looking, you can't wag your tail, huh? Oh, such a sad puppy. Oh, you're so sad. So small. Can I kiss? Thank you. Yes, our dress code is just look business casual at work. 1, 2. Today I'm wearing jeans and a sweater, but my jeans are nice. Yes, exactly. Like, the jeans don't have holes in them. That's the rule now. But like, when I was young, it was like dress pants, a dress shirt, and you'd come in a blazer, and then you could take the blazer off and have it on the back of your chair. And always, like, my mom always had her hair and makeup like done. Now there's like teachers with a messy bun, and that's fine. I can't even imagine when I was like young that being the way it was. For us, it was still impossible to tell teachers and sixth form with the sixth graders apart. Both had to wear suits. There was a dress code. In high school, we had a uniform, so all the students just looked the same. So they looked different from the teachers because all the students were wearing uniforms. And the reason I'm dressed down is because it's pouring. I wish I could be in sweats. I'm sorry that it's pouring rain, but probably good for like California, right? As opposed to like burning. That's good. My son teaches middle school, and he always wears dress slacks, button downs, a sweater vest, and a bow tie. Definitely has his own style. Deanne, and that's better, honestly. I think that a man in a bow tie is a very good looking man. Alex wears bow ties. He doesn't do regular ties, and I love that about him. Should I add more to it? Or okay, I need an opinion. I'm doing a study in texture. I'm doing the study in texture throw blanket. I have come to the end. It's about 50 inches. It's for my sister-in-law. 48 inches is 2 feet, so it's a bit bigger than 2 feet. Should I add more to it or just be done? 2 feet and a bit by 2 feet and a bit? Well, what's it for? If it's a throw, I don't know, I feel like you might want to go around it a little bit more. At least to get it to like, oh wait, 50 inches. That's 4 feet, not 24 inches. No, I think you're done. 50 inches is good. Sorry, thank you. More than 4 feet. Okay, sorry, I was thinking it's 2 feet because for my brain, decided that 50 was 48 and 48 was 24. That's what my brain is. She's 3 inches shorter than me. I think that that's a good size. I don't think you need to go any further unless you feel like it. But I don't think you need to. It's fantastic too. I'm into tall, skinny computer nerds, and that's what I have. I am into big, strong, mountain man style nerds. So Alex is a big nerd, wears a bow tie, does computers, and is also a giant guy. Like when he was like actively bodybuilding, that's when I met him, when he was like in an active bodybuilding part of his life. He was like delicious because he was the biggest nerd. But he didn't know he was delicious because he was like a big boy when he was like a teenager. Like he was a little thick, which fine by me, but he didn't know he was so attractive because he had always just been like chubby. And then he instead decided to get ripped and just yacked. He was yacked out, which I thought meant throwing up, but now it means very big and strong. How much is that in centimeters? No idea. Oof, I agree, but I do love a nerdy hottie in a bow tie. More muscles, the better. Agreed. I'm wearing leggings, slippers, a t-shirt, and a sweater. Very comfy, very cozy. Maybe if I can stop tearing up, I might put eye makeup on today. We'll see how I feel later. Definitely don't feel pressured to be in a performance mood today. If you're not feeling like putting on makeup because you're sad, that's okay. You're reasonably sad. So I would say self-care day today. Cuddle yourself. Watch a movie that you love watching. Or maybe a movie you loved watching together. that kind of thing. That would be my recommendation. Simon is like, why do you keep talking about me getting buff? And I'm like, have you seen your back? Well, Alex, his back was amazing. His abs were amazing. His arms were amazing. His legs have never changed. They've always been hugely muscular with very defined muscles. Never mattered if he had, if he was chubby or if he was skinny. Like when we were dating, he had mono, and he lost so much weight that he was like, he looked unwell, and yet his legs were still huge and muscly. But the rest of him was skinny. So no matter what happens to him, his legs stay huge and muscly, which is great. But oh my gosh, when I met him, he was like actively pursuing bodybuilding, so he was huge. He had like a 26-inch waist, which was smaller than my waist, which didn't make sense because his shoulders were like twice as wide as me. He was like a triangle. It was very nice to look at, I will say. And I did indeed look at him a lot. I mean, obviously I still do, and I still like how he looks, but when he was like 22, he was delicious. All the men I've dated have been ripped. I had a thing for pro football players in the day. You know? It's nice. It's a nice thing. Ola played basketball like 6 days a week, so he was ripped. And tall and skinny. Also nice. My husband's forearms and legs are delightful. Yes, a good forearm. I do love a good forearm. I came to see the cute little dog. Hey there, Miss Jasmine, and we're talking about hotties now. Lol. Hello, Leonardo. Good morning. Nice to see you. Yes, the cute dog is definitely being extra cute. There's just this. Let me just move that down so everybody can see your very adorable little nose, huh? Oh yes, that's a big boy stretch. There you go. Oh, so nice. I gotta have the beard, number 1, ripped, number 2, and the ability to bring me to the bush and build me a kingdom without me being worried like I gotta know the world falls apart. Dude can provide for me in the woods. Reasonable. I'm the provider in the woods. That's who I am. If the woods were the place we needed to go, Alex is great at following instructions, but I would be the hunter-gatherer. Strong shoulders, arms, and back with a softer middle. Yes, please. Works for me. I mean, I'm not opposed to abs or anything. I'm just saying I'm happy with the soft middle. Amen, housewife in the woods. Amen. Exactly, yes, I need a good, strong... Alex is good and strong and great with instructions, but I am the one who has the information to help us survive the apocalypse. Good morning, didn't mean to be late. Hey there, wildly unlikable. But it's snowing here and that makes me sleepy. Reasonable. That's a totally reasonable reason to be late. That's all right. It's only 10:30. We've got lots of time left. Go make yourself a tea and something to eat. And then come on over. I love my man with a beard. He has such a baby face without it. Maggie, Alex has a Russian man face, so he's got very sharp jaw and he has like dimples, like strong dimples. He's just very Russian looking, very square. So he's good with or without a beard, but I tend to like him with a little scruff. I do indeed. I like the way that is. Me too, Laura. I'm in the woods. I'm the in the woods provider, but I need to know I'm safe and taken care of in a panic attack. Yes, totally. 1, 2, 3. I need to be held, and I need to be cuddled, and I need to be respected, and then I will keep you alive in the aftermath, I should say. Sorry, I'm trying to cross my legs, but I'm in a small chair. I like a man that can handle a strong woman. I love that my hubby is all those things, but I think I love his generous heart. He's the man that will stop traffic to save an animal. That's the best kind, too. Aww. Why are you turning away? Everyone wants to see your cute little face. And you keep just leaving us. Put your little nose down over here. Yeah, that's good. That way we can see you in all your cutitude. I don't know why, but I want to hold him today. Do you want to come sit with me? Want to come sit on my lap? Want to come sit over here? Yeah? Come on. Oh, there's my baby. Oh. And still pretty and strong. There. Is that better? Much better. Yep, he's the man that had so much respect for my grandparents and would do anything for them. He's a good man. Well, I give him a well, I will give him a hug now and go head out for work. Sounds good. Bye, Scrappy. Have a good rest of your day. Sid, nerds don't tend to be so woodsy, so yeah, we kind of get used to being the outdoorsy ones, which I'm totally fine with. But nerds are also really good with instructional things because they're used to doing nerdy things, which require lots of steps and instructions here. Let's snuggle together on this. How about that, huh? We'll just get totally cozied up. You won't have anything to worry about. Where's your foot? There's your foot. Let me put my sweater back. Then you'll just be warm and cozy, and so will I. And everything will be nice. I'm the IKEA furniture builder. So many steps, so many instructions. There we go. There we go. And there we go. How about that, huh? Sorry. Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. Good morning. Where am I? Here I am. Nothing to worry about, and then you tell me my foot is missing. I'm the IKEA furniture builder. I think Alex and I normally do that stuff together, except for the bed. I never do the bed because I find it stressful to pull apart the bed and to put the bed together. So that's Alex's job. I used to want a big, strong guy too, but I married my husband who is a skinny nerd who is exactly as tall as I am. I love him. You know what? Love, you find it. You find love in the strangest of places. Alex and I met at Canadian Tire, which is like a hardware store. And had nothing in common. He was older than me and a nerd and into exactly the opposite types of things as me. Complete opposite personality. And it all worked out. True love. So, love finds ya. Or you find love. Doesn't need to make sense to what you think your you don't know what your preferences are until you find the one you love. That's what I mean. Sometimes you find what you need. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god, the tail wag, right? I know, he loves to be accepted into the cuddles. Don't ya? You little cuddle machine. He's like, oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm warm and comfortable. I'm going to sleep now. Anyway. Now I'm comfortable too. I'm warm and cozy also, which is nice. Oh, I have one more. This granny square, this red one, and once I'm done this red granny square, I think I'm done making granny squares for this project, which is good. Love slid into my DMs. That's fun. So modern, such modern love. Alex and I met in person in the real world, and we didn't even work at the same place. Like, I was a girl who sold credit cards or who got people to sign up for credit cards. I ran out of money in university, and the first job that I got was a credit card sales girl. So you would dress sexy and then go to different hardware stores and try and get dads to sign up for credit cards. That was the job. And the hardware store that it was Canadian Tire. So I would go to different Canadian Tires and sign people up for credit cards, and you made money by doing that. And Alex worked at one of the Canadian Tires while he was in school. And I saw him there. And then I started requesting to be put at that Canadian Tire more often, instead of just traveling around the city going to whichever one was needing a person. I would be like, I would really like to work at this one. It's closer to my house. It wasn't. It was like 45 minutes away from my house. But true love. prevailed. Then I ended up getting a job at that store, like as a cashier, and then as a customer service worker girl. And ta-da! You can almost find him in a crowd. He sticks up. That's kind of convenient. Very tall, especially once you get him that reflective hat, he'll be even more of a beacon for you. I think of myself as tall. I'm 5'9", and I'm always so surprised at how much taller Ola is. 6'4". 6'4" is a tall man. That's a tall man. My little sister's husband is 6'4", and it's like comical how large he is. And he's the shortest in his family. Both his parents are like giants. I've like never seen a taller family. He's just from a tall family, and he's tall, and he's like 6'4", and he's just a very tall man. When people are like, how do you make friends as an adult? I'm like, just like as a kid, but at work. Yeah, literally. Except for it's not just that easy. Like if your work is not out in the real world, like how does Alex make friends if not online? He's a software engineer who works from home. How do I make friends if not online? It's difficult nowadays. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, his dad is taller. Wow, that's tall. My boyfriend is shorter than me. I'm 6'1". Oh, wow. Tall lady. I think that my sister's husband's mom is probably like 6'5" or 6'6". She's like very tall. And then I think his dad is like 6'5" or 6'4". Like he's tall. I remember when I met the whole family, I was like I was looking up at all three of them. I was surprised. Like, you know, one person that's super tall in a family, but the whole family was like really tall. Yes, his dad is taller, which is a lot. You make friends here. Exactly. Online. That's what I mean. If you don't have a job that is out in the real world, where do you make friends? Online. Here. Welcome to our friend group. You can come here and bring your craft and hang out and do some chatting and like the video and come back Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because that's where I'm gonna be for at least, I don't know, at least the rest of this month. Maybe next year, when the year starts, I'll come up with a more business-oriented model, because right now this is not really a business-oriented model. Though I very much appreciate you guys joining my Patreon. It has been awesome to see all of the new faces in there. Thank you for joining my Patreon. I really do appreciate you. But also, I think I'm going to look more business-oriented for the channel come the new year and try and implement solutions to the problem that is making enough money. And I'm going to make that my 2022 goal. It's kind of like a year of recovery for Alex and I. We had like a really tough 2021. So I think that what we're gonna do is have like a year, a quiet year of recovery and hard work. And we're just gonna work hard, keep our noses down, and just push through. And eventually call the vendors for the wedding and see if we can rebook. It's been a very long time since I've spoken to the photographer or the caterer or any of the people we've given money to, which is a little stressful because I don't know what their policies are. But not dealing with that yet because we don't live in a place that I feel safe and quiet and home. So once we live in a place that I feel safe and quiet and home, I'm going to be spending a lot more of my energy pushing this YouTube channel, because Alex and I talked about it, and I think this is the last push. If I can't figure it out in this push, I don't think it's going to be a viable thing. I think I'm going to have to do job, and then this would be like a side hobby, because I need to get it to be a job or it's going to be a hobby. And right now it's like halfway. It's like a part-time job, and I need to make it either a full-time job or a hobby. So this year, 2022, is going to be pushing to make it a full-time job. And if I can't get that to happen, then we have to make decisions that are the best for the future, and that will be hard, but it's something that I think I'm going to push really hard to succeed, because I really would like to. I would really like to keep doing this. This is my thing, and it makes me feel good about what I can give to the world. Like, I like what I provide to the world, even if it's not the same as like a regular job. I like my job. I like this. So I would like to find a way to make it really work. I just have to do it, you know? Could you start selling your patterns on Ravelry or Etsy? So yes, there's a lot of things I could be doing that I'm not doing. And I just have to figure out which ones I can manage to do. Because I can say, like, yeah, I can sell my patterns, I can sell my dyed yarn, I can sell courses, I can sell the things that I make, I can, there's lots of things that I could do. I just have to figure out which one or which ones I can actually manage to continue doing in the more long term. It doesn't have to be like a permanent thing, but I need it to be something that I can guarantee that I will make X amount of money per month. And right now I do not have like a certain amount of money that I'm for sure going to make each month, and I need to make it more secure and stable, you know. Could you start selling your... Oh, read that, and I really hope you can make it a full-time job. Me too, Frida, I really do. Whatever you decide, this community will still be here for you, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for saying that, Rue. The scary thing, it won't be what I decide. It's like it's gonna be what happens, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more row. Like, if it was what I decide, it would be, this is what I do all the time, and I make not a lot of money, and that's okay, but it's not really okay. Like, Alex and I need to make more money, and Alex makes a lot of money, so I need to make more money is what it means. He has like a good, stable, grown-up job, so I need to pull my own weight, as it were. Obviously, Alex would never have said any of those words. Those are not Alex's words. He thinks that what I do is valuable as is, and encourages me to pursue this as my dream and as my goals. But he is also blinded by love, so he wants me to be happy, and he loves me, so I need to look past that and look at like what's best for our future, because for him, what's best for us is me being happy, and that's not necessarily true. What's best for us is for us to be stable and safe and like good, you know? So anyway, don't mean to bring the mood down or anything. I am feeling optimistic about it. I'm going to be like, I don't have anything else going on this year. I'm hoping that I'm going to have babies in my life this year. Not my babies. But I'm hoping somebody in my life will have a baby this year. That'll occupy some of my time. But other than that, I'm going to be farther away from my parents' house now, so I'm not going to be visiting all the time like we would when we lived on the farm. I'm not going to have a lot of green space, so I won't be gardening all the time. And I'm going to have like a little bit less worry because we're going to spend less on rent. That's going to be a good thing. I'm going to have the ability and the drive to really push through this year as at least the first 3 months of the year. I'm going to try and see if I can make a serious difference, but I think that I have the ability to go for a year, I think. Because my bills, the bills that I pay for, or the bills that I usually pay, is there anything we can do to help? Please let us know. You guys are already doing it. You've joined the Patreon, which is amazing. And you come here and you like the videos and you subscribe. Like, you're doing all the things that you can. And I really do appreciate those things. So, no, you're doing everything that you can to help, and I appreciate it. Exactly. There won't be as many things pulling me in different directions. I'll just be able to sit into one thing. If you get this place, can you move in at once? Yes, but I think that we would probably wait until January 1st, because it's just, I would like to... Yes, we could move in right away. I have to pack everything back up again, and we have to do the moving job, and Christmas is coming, and my little sister's birthday is today, and my mom's birthday is next week, and There are major appointments coming up for my grandpa, and there's like a lot happening at this time of year. Adding a move-in is a bit stressful. Yes, it's doable. And yes, Alex and I talked about it. Like, should we just get the place right away and pay for half a month and move in over 2 weeks? Like, take our time to move in. And that might happen, but we might do January 1st. I'm not sure. There's no one living in it right now, so we could get it right away. Right, but it's not like there are tenants in it now and you have to wait 3 months. Yeah, there's no tenants in it. So we can leave pretty soon, which is good. But yeah, I need to push. It's me. That's the unfortunate thing, is I can't blame it on anyone else but me. It's not like I can be like, my videos aren't doing well because whatever. It's my videos aren't doing well. My videos are doing fine, but that's not the only way people make money on YouTube, right? Like, when you follow a YouTuber, usually they're doing a couple of things to make money. Like, I watch Royalty Soaps, and her videos are amazing, but she sells her soap. Like, she's a soap maker. Or I watch Bernadette Banner, and she's amazing. She's making wonderful content. But sometimes she has sponsors, and she sells her prints. Who else do I watch? I watch, what is her name? The Cottage Fairy, I think is what she's called. And the Cottage Witch? I think it's the Cottage Fairy. And she writes children's books and makes prints, and that's beautiful. And that's how she makes money too, instead of it just being her YouTube channel. Like, most YouTube channels aren't just a YouTube channel. Some of them do merch, and that's how they make their second money. But merch doesn't really, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel great about, like, new products. I would rather be able to if it's a new product, I want it to be a new product that I made by hand. You know what I mean? She sells so much soap. Exactly. And then there's some people, like, I watch Amanda the Jedi. She's a Canadian YouTuber who does summaries of movies, and I like watching her. And she does Patreon, and her Patreon is insane. The number of patrons that she has is amazing, and she has a tier for like $50, and she has tons of people on that tier, so she makes thousands of dollars from her Patreon, which means that's her income stream. Like, YouTube is great, but it's not actually enough to live on. That's a good idea. Move in over a two-week period. That sounds overwhelming, Laura. V, it is overwhelming. But honestly, literally everything, every single thing in my life right now is overwhelming. Every aspect of my life has an element of overwhelm in it. There is no part that I have that doesn't have some element of stress right now, which means probably I'm shortening my life, just the amount of cortisol, like, pumping through my body all the time. But after we move, Alex and I are probably going to have a very quiet period of time where we don't leave our home except to walk thunder and get groceries. Like, I think we're going to live a very quiet first quarter of the year, and that would be good, because that would mean that I can have a bunch of time to work on my stuff, which I want to do because I want to make money, and I want to succeed, and I want to be a YouTuber, and I want that to be what I am, and I want to do other things, whatever I have to do to make money. But I want, when people say, like, what do you do? I want to be able to be like, I make videos, and have that, and just be able to say that. Because right now I'm like, I'm an artist, and they're like, oh, well, what do you make? And I'm like, like, stuff, but, like, I don't make money. I make stuff. Or when people are like, so how much do you make as a YouTuber? I feel uncomfortable, because I don't want to, like, admit that the amount of work that I put into this channel, in the videos, in the streams, it's pennies on the dollar for, like, if I were to go work a minimum wage job, I would be making more money hourly than versus what I make hourly as a YouTuber, because the amount of work you put in is way more than you have to in, like, a regular job. Not that it's harder than a regular job. I don't mean that at all. It's obviously an easy job. in a lot of ways, but it's a lot of like work. It's just a lot of like tedious work. I'm sorry, Laura. It's okay. I'm not sad about it. I'm mildly discouraged. I will say that there is parts of me that are worried that my life isn't going to pan out the way that I'm hoping. Like if I have to go into the regular workforce and get a regular job, like my life won't be over. But it will be very different than what I had hoped for myself. Like I have really hoped to be doing something with my arts, something artsy forever. Artsy and have animals. That's like all I've ever wanted. So the idea of not being able to do that is really sad. Well, yeah, it requires skill and practice that people don't have. It requires a lot of time. It's a huge learning curve to be a YouTuber. So the work is not hard. Like editing a video is not hard when you know how to edit a video. And like talking to a camera is not hard when you practice. But like it is something that people don't necessarily have those skills. Like I know my older sister couldn't film and edit a video, and she is like a high-level government employee who makes so much more money and is important and needed in her area. But she couldn't film a video and edit it. She couldn't film a crochet tutorial and edit it. I don't know any of my friends and family who could film a crochet tutorial and edit it. But it's not a hard job if you know how to do filming and you know how to use the editing. So $2 is totally worth it. Yeah, definitely. I haven't watched so long, so I don't know if you've done this, but maybe advertise Patreon differently. I mean, some people sell patterns for $5 each. I've seen you put out 1 or 2 a month, so $2 is totally worth it. Rebecca? Agreed. Join my Patreon. It's $2 a month and you get free patterns. Well, they're not free. They're $2 a month. You get patterns that I make and you get a day early on all of my published videos and what else? Oh, Discord. The Discord. I don't know why the Discord isn't the most exciting part. You get access to a community of people who are awesome. YouTube takes advantage of the legal situation around growing tech because they could easily pay creators better. Yeah, totally. I have, off of my YouTube, because I'm not American, I have American taxes taken off my revenue before I get paid, and then I have to pay my Canadian taxes. So I get 30% of my YouTube revenue taken away by the American tax system, just automatically deducted from my Google AdSense, like when I get paid. And then when I pay my taxes at the end of the year, I have to pay my Canadian taxes. So it's just like, they're double taxing me on minimal money. Like it's not like I'm making $1 million a month. And Patreon, they're not great in terms of the amount they pull off of it either, but still, it's not as bad as YouTube. I didn't know until yesterday. Yesterday, I got a notification from my AdSense that my tax information was wrong. My US tax information. There's a form for Canadians if you're filing taxes in the States that you have to fill out, because there's a treaty between Canada and the States, so as long as you're an individual not making more than X amount of money, there's like this tax treaty. So I was filling out the form again because it had the address had been changed. So I was filling out the form again, and then I was looking at my income, and like normally I just see the net, like what comes in. I don't check AdSense every time. I just check on YouTube for my income, and that's when I found that it was deducting 30% for US taxes. And then I was like, okay, but I'm not making money in the US, but Google is a US company. But you only pay tax in one country. You would think so, and yet they've been deducting 30% for tax. So me thinking like, ooh, I made X amount of money this month, well done. No, I made 30% more than that this month, and I only got paid out. Does anyone know if I up my Patreon to $5, will it change the higher price next month? I don't want to get double charged and it's not clear on the site. They charge, or it says to me that they charge on the 1st of every month. Why are they deducting so much? That's bullshit. I only pay 14%. Because since it's from the US to Canada, they take the maximum amount. That's what it said on the AdSense, is that the Google thing takes the maximum amount for the thing that you're a part of, for the, I don't know how to explain it. It just said it takes the maximum tax amount unless you have XYZ, and I have XYZ. I put in there's like a WEIBW something W8, there's an 8 with it, form that is supposed to nullify the double taxing, but it hasn't been for me. And there's no contact. There is no contact to contact. So I think you have to manually change it if you want to pay a different amount, different months. Oh, I'm not sure. So you're paying more in US taxes than any of our billionaires? Time to riot. Literally, I'm paying more in US taxes and I am making so little money in ads. Like, honestly, it's like a part-time job. So whatever you math that out in your world, think about working a part-time job. That's how much the ads make me. So it's not enough to live on, and it's not enough to sustain Alex and I long term. Like, if Alex got sick and couldn't work, this would not support us. And if I got sick and couldn't work, Alex's could support us. So I would like to be involved in the income of our family, you know? Yeah, it's very not ideal. Can you file a US tax return and get a refund? So I did last year. I filed my taxes through AdSense. They have it all like linked up so that you Canadians don't have to do the same thing. But I'm not supposed to have to file a tax return because of the treaty between Canada and the States. I shouldn't be double taxed. So I'm wondering if when I hit 100,000 subscribers, apparently you get like your own personal YouTube person that you can contact, like in case you need help, because there's no help desk. There's no YouTube help desk if you are a YouTuber. It's just like, hope it all works for you. But once you hit 100,000, it's like you're assigned a person who it's like there's a person who you can email to ask questions, and then they can kind of help you out. You get like a point of contact once you hit 100,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping that at that point I can get help because reasons, obviously. Sounds like there is some legal loophole BS going on. Yeah, probably. Also, remember yesterday I was talking about having, I'm not even going to use the words, having the money that goes to the video taken away because of content in the video having adult themes. I have to use other words, because if I use the word that means that having the revenues taken away because of adult themes, that happened yesterday. We were talking about it happening, and that was enough to flag it, and it happened yesterday. And then I have to manually say there was nothing in there that was a problem, and then a human has to double check the video, so it takes the whole day to have it remonetized, which is, I don't like it. I don't like it. Might be worth a consult with a tax expert. Yes, indeed. We have an accountant, but we have not had to deal with them in 2 years. So yes, probably a good idea to contact someone. Ugh, that's also dumb. Very dumb. Yes, it's just extra little shit. Literally, that's what it is. Well, I hope when you reach 100,000 soon, you're a pleasure to watch. Well, thank you, Ruby. I'm sorry that I am a Miss Complainy. I was gonna say a complainy Janie, but I don't think that's a real thing. But yeah, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. That's one. It's just things that are happening, and that I want to succeed. And it's like, YouTube is like, we want you to succeed, but like, We're not going to help though. But we want you to succeed. But we're not going to like do anything to make you succeed. So good luck with all of that. Bye. That's basically how it feels on my end of it. But I also have a lot to learn still. I mean, 4 years in of making videos pretty regularly, to be only getting like part-time wage from YouTube obviously means I'm missing the point somewhere. Something's missing, because I feel like I should be farther ahead than I am. Although I know everybody has their own timeline and whatever. It just feels that way, you know? YouTube is very pro-hustle culture. I see, i.e., yeah, work all day, every day for minimum wage. But when you hit it big, you hit it very big. So it's like the lottery or gambling. But it's gambling that you have to work hard at. It's not just like gambling that you just pull a lever. It's gambling that you have to like make a project. I think it's like the equivalent of a starving artist, because you don't know if you're going to get paid and you hope you will, and you work really hard hoping that you will, but it's not guaranteed. So starving artist, that sort of vibe. But the problem is that's not really a functional way to live. Like the olden days when there were the great artists who were starving artists and lived destitute and died with nothing. It's like, I don't want that though. I don't want to live destitute, die with nothing, and then have my stuff be useful later. I want to live okay. Exactly. There's a rock on this side, a hard place on this side. But has that not been my life for this year, honestly? Like, with my luck, the vendors for our wedding are gonna have no refunds or rebooking. Oh no, did I just cut? No, good, I'm good. No refunds and no rebooking. We had to cancel our wedding because there was a family illness. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a bit much. We want you to succeed, but you gotta jump through your hoops and go through, yeah, we want you to succeed, but we want you to jump through our hoops and go through our maze. Enjoy the best. Enjoy, best of luck. Yeah. May the odds be ever in your favor, literally. Horrible fact, I follow several YouTube service dogs when we started training, and several of them have passed away very young. What? That's awful. Why? Well, I guess you wouldn't really know why. But, yeah. That's how it feels, is that YouTube doesn't actually care about any of the things that they claim to. It's just like all, I know, it's a business. I know it's a business. Not the dogs. What? Oh my gosh. Well, that's also awful. And look at legals before you check with wedding vendors, then you can have a quick comebacks over issues. Yes, definitely. Well, I don't need a refund, and I'm pretty sure they won't give us a refund, but rebooking would be nice. We just don't know when yet, which is, you know, another thing that's not ideal. We had a whole plan, and now it's like off by years because we didn't just go through with it this summer. So now the whole wedding plan has been put off by probably years, because we have like work to do now. Like we have stuff that we need to do to... Corporations are crap. I send you the hugs for the frustrations. Thank you. I appreciate it, because oh my god, like come on. 2021, I'm glad to see it end. That is what I'm thinking. 2021 has been rough on me. It's been rough on Alex. It's been rough on... Oh my god, our cat died in 2021. Our beloved cat. We lost our house. We canceled our wedding. Jeez Louise, family members were sick. And there's more. It's been a rough year. So, next year better be better. That's what I'm saying. It would be nice if 2022 could just ease up a bit. I don't need it to be like boring, but I would take boring. I'll take a boring year. Your cat? That must have been before I joined. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Rue, thank you. Yes, our cat CJ, who was 15, 15-year-old Bengal, the most beautiful cat you've ever seen, with the most amazing personality, the cutest meow, and just honestly, he was stunningly beautiful. I'm sure people in the chat can attest to that. He was a beautiful cat. But he was old and he was suffering from the old age effects of cat herpes, which is like something that cats can get from interacting with other cats. And it was affecting his breathing. It was basically like he was really snotty and he couldn't breathe. So we would go and get him steroids and we would get him fluid injections of fluids. And eventually, by the time he was really unwell, I was force feeding him, or it wasn't like, force feeding sounds aggressive, but it was he wouldn't eat unless he was syringe fed. So I was syringe feeding him, and then we were going to the vet like every other week. And then it just got to a point where it was like, it's just not fair for him. He's not having a good quality of life anymore. And we didn't want to lose him, but he was suffering and he weighed nothing. Like, he just kept losing weight. It didn't matter what we were doing anymore. And his breathing was really labored, and it was really sad to watch. So we ended up having him put down, which was really effed up, honestly. Wow, not something I would recommend. I mean, obviously, I do recommend it if your animal needs you to do it. I recommend you do it as opposed to just like letting the vet do it and leaving, because your animal is scared and wants to be with you. But it was really, really hard and really, really, really not something I ever wish for anyone to have to deal with. But it was the right thing to do, so I don't feel bad that we did it. I do miss him. But weirdly enough, Peekaboo showed up in our lives within weeks of CJ dying. Like, weeks before CJ died, Peekaboo showed up. Like, Peekaboo showed up on December 28th, and CJ got put down in February 2nd, I think. So, seems like it was fate for us to have Peekaboo. She definitely helped in the grieving process, because we still had a cat to feed and a cat to like get to know, which helped. And then we had CJ preserved. Well, we had his skull preserved. We brought him right from the vet after we had him put down. We brought him right to the taxidermist, and the taxidermist had him for a couple of months and then gave him back to us. His body, he had him boxed up, and then his skull was preserved very beautifully. And now we have his skull bleached and put together like a taxidermy item, and then his body we buried at the farm. And we didn't open the box, obviously. I put mine down myself on my property. I've been okay so far, but the dog I have now is going through when we make the last walk to the woods. I can't even imagine. Ugh, God. Putting down a dog yourself, that would be terrible. I put down a chicken myself, and it like haunts me. It's not a good thing that I see in my mind. It is something I still see in my mind, and I do not like it. But anyway, yeah, that was our cat, CJ. I definitely think it was for you, and was fate for you to find Peekaboo at that time. I think so too. I think we needed her, and I think, lucky for us, she needed us. So that was serendipitous in a hard time to find her. Anyway, I feel super excited for 2022 to 2024. Feels focused, like vision and focus. I hope so. I'm looking at 2022 like recovery and goals and getting on the right track and pushing forward. And then I'm thinking 2023 will be like a good year. I think 2022 will be a recovery and just self-care year, essentially. I had to put down baby rabbits. That was a tough one for me. Babies are the worst. Oh gosh. That's awful. When they're old, it seems natural to me. I mean, yeah. It didn't feel natural. It felt very scary when we were doing it. Like, as it was happening, I was like, is this the right choice? Am I doing it too early? Am I taking away time from my pet? But you never know. The vet assured me it was time. Millicent has the hiccups. Oh, that's so cute when puppies have the hiccups. My parents have a dog. My parents have a dog, a new puppy named Phil, and he gets the hiccups if you scare him. Brewing some $18 bag of coffee I received from the pantry at college. Cool, for free. I love those kind of days. Cool, an 18 bag of coffee. I have to take Kyrie to the dentist. I hope you have a happier day. I don't know why I'm talking about all this crappy stuff. I feel okay. I'm okay right now. I'm like mentally well. So thank you, V, for sending the good vibes, but also I'll be okay. Truly. Peekaboo. Her name was because when Alex lived at home in Ottawa, and I would come hang out with him, visit him, stay with him, there was this cat on their street that was like a street cat, but it did belong to a family on their street. And the family just let him be an outdoor cat. So his name was Peekaboo, and he was a gray cat. And he would show up with a dead animal. Often you'd see him walking around with a dead animal, and everybody just, that's what Peekaboo does, is he just is a mean cat, and he would come up to you and rub on your leg, but if you pet him, he would freak out and bite you. Like, he was so mean and sketchy and gray. So then when I saw Peekaboo, when we first started seeing her about, I was like, I'm gonna call her Peekaboo because she looks like that cat. And also I loved that name. And also she just comes in and out. Now we call her Pikachu, or Pika is really what we end up calling her. But Peekaboo, Pikachu is her full name. But Pika is what we actually call her. Kyla, I hope it's yummy. Ooh, $18 coffee, I hope it's yummy too. Little brat, CJ's last gift was sending Peekaboo to you. Cats just know. They go where they're needed. I think so. I think that Peekaboo knew we needed her, and I think CJ knew we needed her, and I think they collaborated mentally with their cat magic, and then we got both. My dogs Latte and Mona were the only things that got me through the hardest time of my life, and in February I had to rehouse Mocha. Oh, that's awful. He's doing great, I hear, but when I look at Latte, I miss his brother. Well, I'm sorry you had to rehome him. Was he having trouble with one of your other pets, or was he too big or too loud or something? That's always so sad. I was very upset when we had to send Pikachu to my friend's house. It was a pretty voluminous argument. I wouldn't call it an argument, but whatever. Because we brought the cat here because we moved here, and then the cat had to go, and the suggestions for where the cat should go were insensitive, to say the least. And I obviously was like, we're not getting rid of our cat. And that was the first time that we were left with the impression that we were not going to be staying as long as we had originally planned. And then we got Pika to stay with my friend, so that was good, but it still felt like we were getting rid of her for me, and I hate that, because I'm like an advocate of, like, if you're moving to a place and it says no cats and you have a cat, then move to a different place. Like, that's... So we're moving to a different place. There are days when I would love to garden or forage for food, but you can't beat that. especially free organic veggies from the pantry as well. So grateful. Totally, that's awesome. He was having lung issues. He was having issues with aggression and was very territorial. He ended up scaring my older sister, who was already afraid of dogs, so badly that she basically said it's me or the dog. Well, if he's happy in his new home and everything worked out, then that's great. And that's a tough one. When it's a behavioral thing that either puts people at risk, even though he's not a dog that would put someone at risk regularly, then I get that. And if he's thriving in his new place, that's awesome. Coffee is necessary. I'd love one of those coffee machines that grinds the beans and brews the coffee in one go, but those are expensive. I have a Nespresso and a normal brewer. Nespresso's pretty fancy too, aren't they? I mean, here they are. They have George Clooney as an advertiser, so must be fancy enough to afford George Clooney. Talking about how he uses his Nespresso. Sure you do, George Clooney. I'm sure that you make yourself your own coffee. May I see the stocking? Hey there, Way. Well, this is how far I am right now. I've filmed this part, and now I'm just putting together the second part on camera, off camera, and then out in the afternoon on camera I'll put the whole thing together, but this is as far as I've got on camera. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I could see something like that being pricey. I have to work around those kinds of areas too, Frida, like funneling the coffee beans that are grinded. Yeah, grinding your own coffee beans is nice though. It's just like, it's nice when you don't have anything else going on, but like honestly, it's the spoons thing, you know? How many spoons do I have? I want to make a gourmet coffee. The number of spoons I have for today means that no gourmet coffee. Sorry. I have a grinder, but ugh. Exactly, Frida. Exactly. We got rid of ours when we moved. Like, we got rid of everything. Can you tell I'm mildly, I'm a little passive-aggressive about it on the inside. Obviously, I can't literally be passive-aggressive about it, but I'll just be passive-aggressive to you guys about it. We got rid of everything. So that's that. Didn't get rid of any of my supplies though. Thank God, because I was gonna get rid of a lot of my art supplies, and Alex was like, no, you're gonna need them. You're gonna need them. Can you imagine if I had gotten, I literally wouldn't be able to be a polite member of society if I had done that. Planning on traveling abroad. Ooh, cool. I bought some jewel must. Interesting taste. Oh, sorry, I need to stretch my shoulders. There we go. Coming along. It feels like this takes so long when I'm not streaming, and when I'm streaming I'm like, oh my god, we're like almost done this piece. It feels like when I'm doing nothing while doing this job, it feels like it takes forever because I'm just sitting and sewing, but at least we're sitting and chatting, so I feel like I'm getting something done while getting something done, you know what I mean? It's a vibe. And I'm happy about it. Okay, so how about some happy things? Do we have any happy things we can talk about? Also, if you haven't clicked the like button, which I'm pretty sure you have because look at how many likes we're at already. I love you guys so much, thank you. But if you haven't clicked the like button, please click the like button. I would very much appreciate it. But based on the fact that we have 23 people in the chat and 36 likes, I'm feeling like you guys have probably 37 likes. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It helps the channel. And as I already complained about on this stream, sorry that I'm a complainer, but you came here, I need to help the channel grow, and you help the channel grow by clicking the like button, so thanks. Lovely people. I don't have everything to try making human. Nope, that's probably not Hunan, so I must decide if I want to spend on takeout or not. I don't have everything to try and make Hunan. Do you have everything to try and make something else? Because then you don't have to spend on takeout. Thanks for the reminder. You're welcome. For school, of course. Oh, cool. Well, that's a nice idea. A broad school. My cat curled up on my knitting, so I'm done with that for now. Very good. My other dog, Latte, likes to eat snow. Is that a happy thing? He walks around outside with his nose to the ground, just vacuuming up the snow. That must look funny, just as he goes. Where is my hair elastic? Do I have one here, down here? Don't you feel like I should? I want to put my hair up right now, but I don't have a hair elastic. Do I have a bobby pin sitting on the sidelines? No? Maybe I can tie a headband in a way that will hold it up. Anyone want to help me make a pros and cons list of whether to go back to college or not? Literally, no, I do not, because I am stressed out even thinking about trying to make that decision for myself. That sounds stressful. I mean, maybe yes, it's a good idea to go back to college if it's something that will help you get a job that you want in life. But no, it's not a good idea to go back to college if it is very damaging to your health and well-being. But God, I don't know. That's stressful. It's stressful to think about. I feel like this is not cute. Do you see this one random area of hair that's lighter? I just don't want it in my face. Thunder doesn't eat snow. I think that's very cute, though. Or if it's financially unviable. Thank you, Sid, for coming in with the logic. Maggie, what would you like to go back for? Right. Our dog did that with Snow. It was legit his fave. That's kind of adorable. Also, great typing, Sid. Expert level spelling, grammar, and typing on that last message. You're lucky that I am a doctor, so I could read that, but not if it incurs debt, in my opinion. I used to cut my hair every 2 years. I need a haircut so that it looks like it's an actual hairstyle, as opposed to a mullet that grew out. But I'm not getting a haircut right now because I am not spending any money until I feel like I am in a space that I feel comfortable spending money on anything luxurious. And I feel like a haircut is a luxury because I don't need it. That's what I feel like. A pen to hold your hair if you can, if your hair has reached a good length. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's find out if a pen will hold it up. I most likely would go back for business admin, true, because I have an AS in business. AS. What is an AS? Do I have a pen that is small enough to shove in my hair? I think I need another one because this is coming out. Let's do a mechanical pencil for the other one. Very nice, thank you. And now we can put the headband on, and that will be good for holding up the back. By the way, I know this is just like a long belt, but it's not just a long belt. It's actually better. It's multiple sewed, I sewed a lot of stripes on it. So now when I make it a headband, I feel like it looks really cute. Associate of Science. Okay, cool. Frida, I've only seen the one kind at my store. Finn Spring brand. Frida, what is Frida talking about that I missed? I'm back. Welcome. Whenever you freeze, just refresh your page. Because sometimes it's my side of the stream, but sometimes it's your internet, and if you refresh your page, you'll be good. Associate of Science, it's pretty. Thank you. I think it's pretty too. I feel like even though it's a pretty vibe, I kind of want to make a tutorial for it, even though it's very simple, because the length of it makes it able to be crossed at the front, and I feel like that's cute. AS, a type of high school exam in the UK, that's why I asked. Yeah, I didn't know either what it was. I know mine is a B BSc. It has so many letters, mine. It's not, it's a, hold on. I know it because when I write it down. Bachelor, BS, Bachelor of Social, BSOSC dot ANT dot SOC. Bachelor of Social Sciences dot Anthropology dot Sociology. You can't see it, but it's written there. And that's what I get on my name. Because technically my degree had 2 bachelors. Instead of it just being a double major, I came out with 2 degrees, which was fun. Bachelor of Fine Arts, that does sound fancy. Mine doesn't sound fancy, it sounds chunky and like not pretty in your ears. At one time, I found all my pointy things in the bathroom because they had been used as hair holders. I want my long hair again. How long do you need until all pointy things become hair holders again, Frida? Well, it takes 2 pencils, 2 pens for me to hold my hair up. Which is pretty cool, I think. Nice, Frida, that's what I'm going to school for. I had to change my major this semester. Bachelor of Fine Art. No, it's BSc SOC. Did I write that? Is that what I wrote? BS. It's not BSOBSC. It's BSc, Bachelor of Social Sciences, SOCANT. That's what it is. BSc.SOC.ANT. Not long. I just need the back of the neck hairs to reach the top of my head. I have very tangly hair, so I can literally make a knot and it will stay up. Well, there you go. The back of my neck hairs, I don't think they will ever reach any length. Ever. I think those hairs don't grow. I think they don't exist for me. Thunder, I have to move my leg because my knee, it really does not appreciate when you sit on my crossed legs. So I think you have to get up and you have to go back on your throne. Can you wake up? Thank you. Do you want to know one of Thunder's words? You know how every dog has like trigger words like walk or treat or whatever? One of Thunder's like trigger words is excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Thunder, excuse me. Excuse me. He knows it means like you need to move. You don't have anywhere to move. Excuse me, please. Anyway, he's lying down. If I say excuse me, he knows that means, oh, gotta put your butt all the way on there. He knows that means he's gotta move. Anyway, I think that's a cute thing about him. Hold on, I'm making you a cozy spot. There we go. Oh, my hip. Oh, oh God. Sorry for the noise if people don't like the sounds. Everything's okay. Where are we at? Here we go. Those seem to be the only things I'm interested in. I wish they had schools for crochet and sewing. I mean, art, you could do art, and then your mediums could be sewing and crochet, right? For your art projects. Lots of ideas for school assignments that might be available at school. Yeah, in art school, I feel like now you could have some cool fiber related. I have studied art as a subject, but mainly I made art, which is cool. Sometimes I wish I had done that. Gone into art. Oh no, so close to the end, not enough yarn. Hate when that happens. Absolutely, all mediums allowed. Exactly, so your medium can just be yarn and fabric. I hate this. I hate that I ran out of yarn that close to the edge. I think there are schools for sewing, not crochet though. There's a school in Toronto that has, I think it's sewing, but it's, Alex and I walked by it lots when we lived in Toronto, and it was so cool. It was like, they always had mannequins on display and like old sewing machines. I don't remember what it was called. OCAD maybe? Ontario College of Art and Design? I think that's right. Go. So annoying to run out of yarn like that though. Okay. Moves to Toronto. Good luck moving to Toronto. Do you have $1 million? Then you cannot afford to live there. It's so expensive to live in Toronto. It's amazing though, honestly. Highly recommend Toronto, but you need to just be aware that you're not going to be able to save money while you're there. It's rather useless. I think I know of 4 people who graduated who does it for a living. We go because we must. We must. Art must be made. Exactly. Art must be made. Art's important. Even if people don't want to believe it's important, it's hugely important. It's culture. Art is culture. Doing things that is art is, you are contributing to culture. So if people are like, as someone recently told me, don't call what you do art, that's a cop-out. Still trying to just pretty like, that's not the truth, it's not the truth. But had someone tell me that and I was like, it's not though, it's not the truth. Art's important. What I do might not make sense to everyone, but somewhere, somehow, there is value. I know it. I know it to be true. So there ain't nothing you can do to change my mind. Okay. What do I need? One more piece of white. Art is so important. It's what makes us human. When we step out of making a living and taking things places we haven't been. I'm not going to lie, it was my jewelry idea. I would love to see Frida work with oh god, Jonna Jinten in Sweden. I know, when I met Frida after I had already been interested in, am I saying it right? Jonna? Because her husband is Yoon and it's Jon and her name is Jonna. So is it Yuna? Like Jonna Jinten? Jonna Jinten? Joanna Jinten? Anyway, I don't know how to say her name obviously properly, but same. When I met Frida, it was after I had already been watching her videos, and I was like, do Swedes make jewelry? Is that what Sweden people do? Do you just make art? Do you have enough time and freedom and happiness to just make art? That's what I thought. No, more like Ola. Jonna Jinten. I need to see it again. Jonna Jinten. Is that it? Hey, I just got back. Had to make a call and clean out the van. Good job cleaning out the van. Needs to go to the garage and kids leave trash in the back. Of course they do. My given name is Johanna. Is it Johanna or Joanna? Okay. Jonna Jinten. Thank you. I am Swedish. Pick in Discord. Let me have a look, Alex. What are all these things? Sid, recipes I just grabbed for trying. Thank you for showing. And, oh, my not quite finished. Oh, I love the furry edge. Oh, that's so fun. I love the furry edge. That's so cute. Also, colors that you chose are adorable. I think I really like with the ribbed area being all one color, don't you think? I think the ribbed area being one color is really cute. My personal idea for crochet and things like that is the Russian word remeslo. Not quite an art, but it's a trade that must be mastered. Remeslo. Can't pronounce it in a way that would be Russian. Kyla, I do love her work and her videos, but it's not my style. I like squares. Frida. That's funny. Her work is cool, but I was more interested in her videos than I was in her art. But when I found Frida existed, I was like, is this a Swedish thing? Do you guys just have smithies? Because she calls it the smithy also, and I'm like, that's not like a common thing for people to have here, a smithy. At least not where I live. Give me a second here. Erg! Gotta make that through. You could do it. I believe in you. Hey there, Anita. Just struggling with my yarn needle. There we go. Success. Laura, just wondering if you've ever used the join as you go method to join all your granny squares. Obviously not. Are you seeing me do what I'm doing right now, Lebo? Obviously I never put, this is my first time. This is my second time putting granny squares together, ever. The first time, I hated how I did it so much that it became a dog bed. And this time, I am not hating it, but I'm definitely not, like, loving it. So I would like to know this join as you go method. 3x2 ribbing is very annoying. Okay. Doing it for a hat. It's a Swedish thing. I know so many people that does some kind of artsy or crafty thing. Because you guys have all of your immediate needs covered, so everyone has the opportunity to find their creative flow. Turns out a lot of people would make jewelry, which makes sense if you think about it in like the human world, like as animals, as evolution. What would people have made? Stuff to adorn themselves and stuff to keep themselves warm. Crochet, check, and jewelry, check. There we go. There are so many people I love to watch videos on with creative ideas like flipping furniture. Totally, even ribbing is better, right? Because then you don't have to count as many. You don't have to think as many, right? Yes, I bet that's it. I mean, if your immediate needs are covered and you're not worried about being homeless or you're not worried about feeding your family, then yeah, you'd think that you'd go, what can I do with my spare time? Also, if you don't identify yourself based on your job, which apparently is a Swedish thing. Like, Frida sent me this video that was like, learn more about Swedes, and I watched it, and the girl was saying that in Sweden, when someone says, when you get to know someone, you wouldn't say, what do you do? Like, what do you do for work would be like a weird question to ask when you're getting to know someone, because that's not relevant to that person as a human. So you would say, what do you like to do? And then you would hear about their hobbies and stuff. Whereas like in Canada and the States, I would wager, it's like, hi, I'm Laura. I'm Sven. What do you do? It's the first question. So what do you do? Like, what do you do for work is like the first question you ask someone when you're meeting them. But it's not the main thing in other parts of the world. That's not your whole value as a human. Whereas in our area, your whole value is your product, whatever you put out. Oh, Laura, I wanted to tell you that our chicken Laura laid her first egg yesterday. Yay! Congratulations, Laura. Other Laura. Chicken Laura. I feel honored that I am named, that a chicken is named after me. I just want you to know. I agree, such a nice way of saying it. I think it's cultural. I'm Swedish and Lakota. Oh, cool. Each of my backgrounds has their own expression. That's a cool set of backgrounds with lots of creative artsiness. I've legit never, ever asked that question. What question? Got married and now. Got married and now crazy town is over with. I can set down and break out the yarn again. Awesome. Well, congratulations on getting married, Anita, and welcome back. You've legit never ever asked what question? I'm probably something I said that I don't remember. Oh, what do you do? Really? Well, that's what a lot of people ask when you meet someone. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. I like your outfit. So, what do you do? It's like the second thing you ask. Right, no, it's not the first question here. Also, we have no hierarchy, so no one is above anyone else. There is no sir or miss or Mrs. Everyone is on a first name basis. That probably helps too. The what do you do part, got it. Hunan recipe in Discord for sharing. Awesome. Made ramen and looked through things. We have all but hot soy paste. Might try without it and see how it goes. It seems rude to me. Yeah, right? It does. After you think about it really, like when you're like I hate when people ask me that because it's very hard for me to answer without me feeling like it's not an understood thing, you know? Ola's boss owns the company. I call him his first name, and I tell him rude jokes. Yeah, well, I feel like maybe that's how it should be. Yeah, most people want to know your job, how you earn your living. Yeah. And it's like, how I earn my living has nothing to do with you getting to know me right now. And yet, in the American Canadian context, it's like it is. It's an important part of your identity is your work. What you output is important. No hierarchy. I know what you're trying to spell, but that's not how you spell hierarchy. It's H-I-E-R. But I know what you mean, hierarchy. No pyramid. Got it. Foreigners have trouble with that one. Absolutely. Thank you. We are super excited. Everyone was unhappy about the wedding, but it was our wedding for us, and that's what matters. We loved it. Why were they unhappy about it? What makes other people unhappy about your wedding? Did they not get to make the choices for anything? So stressful for the parents to not be able to have the dream wedding for their child that they imagine. It's here, one sec. That's it, hierarchy. Anita, that's great. It's your wedding. I eloped. Yeah, I tend to run into where are you working at nowadays? That's, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it would be cooler if people asked like, what do you like to do for fun? Do you do any hobbies? Where I live, it appears to me folks ask, who do you know as one of the first questions. Oh, that's kind of interesting because it's a community sort of vibe. I was unemployed for 5 years, so that was always fun to chat about at the time. Yeah. I see the asking what you do question is more of trying to quickly see if you have anything in common, but maybe that's just because I haven't lived in Canada for so long. That's fair. Thanks. I try to learn. I speak better than I spell in any language. Yes. No, I don't want you to feel like I was trying to make you feel bad. I just wanted to show you that's how to spell it. I just tell people I'm a trophy wife. Shuts them up pretty quick. Yeah, I guess that would work too. But it's also like, why do we have to shut people up? Like, why can't people just have like a nice thing? Why can't our greetings and meetings have a more, I don't even know how I'm trying to explain myself, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Lol. Deanne, I am a trophy wife. There you go. Because we canceled the chapel, I did it on a boat dock and I wore a native print hoodie dress, matched his native hoodie, and we wore jeans. We had peacock feathers and arrowheads for decor and theme. Anita, that sounds beautiful. Well, it sounds beautiful if one or both of you are Indigenous peoples and or Indigenous descendants. Are you of Indigenous descent? If you're doing arrowheads and feathers and Indigenous prints, then it makes sense. I feel like I need to know that information before I say it's really cool, because it's really cool if it's true that you have those descent. If you don't, then it's kind of like maybe a little cringe. But okay, we're both Native. Okay, good. Okay, well, can you imagine if you both weren't? It would be a little cringe. We need that information. That's important. Well, good. Then that's fine. Oh, well, on a boat dock, that's nice. That was probably beautiful. What did they? Oh, they wanted it in a chapel. I was worried about that when Alex and I got engaged. I was worried because his family has more ties to religion than I do. I feel honored if folks want to. Well, I would say I don't know that you are the majority on that one. At least not for Canadian stuff. I don't think that it would be a appropriate thing to do if you were not Indigenous, to have an Indigenous themed wedding. Would be being an Indigenous person wearing patterns and representing your culture. That's beautiful. Having a theme of Indigenousness would be weird if you were not Indigenous, in my humble non-Indigenous opinion. But who am I to have the opinion of that? Not an Indigenous person, so don't ask me. Anyway, it was perfect for him and I. Oh, it was that sunset? That's lovely. Oh, I wish... Do you have photos? I would love to see. That sounds beautiful. Okay, almost done here. It was perfect for him and I. Which means it was perfect. If it was perfect for the two of you, the people getting married, then it was perfect. It doesn't matter what the other people feel like, because it wasn't their wedding. You know what they're going to remember from it in 20 years? Nothing. You know what you'll remember? Everything. So, doesn't matter. That's what's so weird, when people who aren't the ones getting married care. It's like, are you even going to ever look at the photos again? Like, the photos we're taking of the wedding, you're part of the wedding party. Is it something you're going to print in your house and consider part of your glory days? Like, I don't understand why it's so important to you that I get married in any specific location or outfit or whatever. But that's my opinion. I don't feel like it makes sense when other people have really strong opinions about their kid or family members who you're inviting. Like, who cares? Like, none of those people are, it should not matter, and you should not feel offended if you are not invited to an extended family member's wedding. I think if I was not invited to some of my extended cousins' family weddings, I would not be offended, because I'd be like, I'm not part of their, like, memories. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I mean. Autistic and I can't have a full-time job. I'm a jewelry artist. Indeed. Anyway, regardless of the political side of that, congratulations, Anita. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your wedding and had a beautiful ceremony and were able to enjoy it at sunset the way that you wanted to. I almost had my perfect wedding. So close. So close. I hope my kiddos just have a small wedding and take an epic honeymoon. Like, epic, long time together to start off a long life. That sounds beautiful. Yeah, like go traveling for a month or two. Just something magical together. That would be lovely. Yeah, I'm not really into the big whole thing anymore. What I wanted as a little girl, you know, the princess dress, and, well, honestly, I'll still make the princess dress, but I mean, like, the whole having a hall, and it just feels like a lot. It feels like a bit too much for me, but that's me. And I know there's tons of people who still love the big wedding. I think I'd like to attend a big wedding. I don't want to be the one who's wed at that wedding. Stressful. Don't want that many people staring at me for the whole of the party. How are you supposed to have fun at a party with everybody going, like, the whole time? Yeah, even if it's just camping. Spend all that money together that time. Yeah, totally. Even if it's just camping, absolutely. Okay, piece number 2 is done. Anita, I will send them to you on Instagram. I was so upset I canceled the photo shoot because my mom said she had bought an amazing camera, but video wasn't done and I only have a handful of pics, but I have a few. That makes me rage for you, but also I'm glad you got a few pics. Got a long time of work, started off with play, totally. I actually didn't know Yona did jewelry. Looked it up. It's really lovely. Better than I expected, actually. Sorry, but not very me. Very her. Yes, it's very her. It fits into her. She does like painting and stuff too. Okay, so I've got the first 2 important pieces of the stocking complete. The last bits are these parts. It's going to be obviously a large stocking, but it'll be like that. Looking good. So what's going to be next for this stocking is that I'm going to be sewing this together, sewing along the bottom here, including the bottom of that one. Oh, it's going to be like this. Bottom of that one, and then sewing up the side, this, and then this part will be open. Oh my god, it's huge. Yeah, well, stockings are huge, aren't they? I don't know, my family stockings are huge. And are we going to put them matching or mismatched? I think mismatched is probably better. Like mismatching the green so that they're opposite on either side. I think that's probably better. Yeah. Oh, but maybe that won't work. Oh, that'll work. Now it'll be full on opposites. Red matches with green. That's cool, right? Very good. Her website and photos are amazing. Yeah, she also is a photographer though. Like that's part of her thing, is photography. So makes sense that her photography would be very, very nice. Yeah. That's going to be a huge stocking, you're right. But I mean, like, it's going to be fine. Do you want the seams to show? I think so, because they're white, so I think I want the seams to show. But they're not really cute, which is like a bit of a bummer. Like, they're not perfect looking seams. It's the camera, it adds 10 inches. No, but I think it'll be cute. It's big, but it's like, my sister's not gonna watch today because she's busy and she's at work, but it's a present for her dogs. So it's gonna be 2 dogs worth of stocking. Don't you think it's cute? I think it's cute. If you don't think it's cute, you're wrong. So, congrats. All right, so I'm gonna put one more piece together then. Sewing one more piece together. It's going to be going like this. Right? Hold on. I need to get it right, or else it's not a good thing. Okay, if that is how that is gonna go, then the other side will be that green. Uh-oh, that won't match. Life is so hard sometimes. Okay, like this. Good. So then we want this bottom part to be green. Good, and then we want this top part to be green like this, which is good. If you don't think it's cute, you're wrong. I really love hearing these snippets out of context. Well, maybe someday we'll have one of those soundbite things, and then it'll be able to make sense out of context. It'll be fun. Yeah, this is the right way. Fancy milk. What? Just trying something new. What are you trying? Drinking Java tea with Brazil nut milk. Ooh, Brazil nut milk. Fancy lady. Splurging on the Brazil nuts. Those are the most expensive of the nuts. Homemade stockings are the best. I have one my mom knit for me when I was in preschool. Mine is a quilted one from my grandmother, my namesake, and she made all of the kids I almost said aprons, stockings. It's like quilted. I wish I could show it to you, but it's at my parents' house in storage until Christmas, and then Santa fills it with amazing, wonderful things. This is not a long enough piece, which is kind of rage-inducing. Drinking matcha tea today. It's chilly in my apartment. It's comfortable down here, but I'm pretty sure it's like a little bit too cold outside. Ola is here. The dog is upside down. They play adoringly. That's cute. The dog is upside down. Very good. Took so long to strain the pulp last night. Right, because you had to blend it up and then put it through with water with a strainer, right? Yeah, that would take a while, because it's like pulpy, but like fine pulp. What are you going to do with what's the pulp that's remaining? Watched The Eagle Huntress last night. I would love to design her clothing. The Eagle Huntress. What's that? On an unrelated note, how are you finding Redbubble? I'm thinking whether it's worth trying to set up for myself. I have not looked at it in many months. Let me just see. I'll tell you right now how it is, because honestly, I have not looked at it in months, and I don't think they've paid me in months. I don't know if I was supposed to do something to get paid. I don't remember. If it's like I have to cash out, or if it's something that they just automatically pay. Don't know. Don't know the password. Let's see. Haven't logged in long enough that I don't know the password for it. That should tell you something. There was a little bit there that, a little time there where I felt like it was making money. Said if it contains instructions on how to reset your password, follow them. Reset password. Okay, I'm in the US South, so we can't deal with the cold. That's fair. It's near 0 today. If you're in the South, that's very cold. I buy my alternative milk. Not enough spoons. Yes, I buy my alternative milk as well. Strong password. Use strong password. Will you save it, please, though, phone? Because I don't mind changing the password, but if you expect me to remember it, I don't remember it. Aha! I did it with fingerprint. That was smart. Okay, so let's see if it's worth it. No, last minute Laura. That's what we want. Activity feed. You've had no activity within the last 30 days. There we go. So I think it's requires you to advertise in order for it to do stuff. And let me see, Redbubble. And let me see, order history. I'm just trying to see if it made any money. I don't know how to see. I don't know where the, like, where the thing is. Bubble mail. I have an email on Redbubble. Oh, Anita. Hi, Anita. You've messaged me on Redbubble. Was this 11 months ago, Anita? Sorry. Obviously, I literally have not been on it in 11 months. But Anita, I'll be happy to draw your dog. Just send it to me on, Discord? Or... Oh, bye, Sid. Sorry. Have a good rest of your day. Dashboard? This yearly artist payment is happening in December. Check your payment details. Yearly. The last 12 months. Okay, I haven't... I didn't earn any money this year. I didn't earn any money last year. How? But I did. It says I didn't earn any money, but I know I got some. View payment history, maybe? June of 2020. The last time I did something was December of 2020. I made $3. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to do. It's worth it to do if you have people that you can continuously advertise to, I guess, but not. It didn't really work out for me for, like, it's not a passive income, if that's what you're asking. There's a site that Sea Lemon uses where you can do like Redbubble but get your images onto material. Can you imagine a skirt made out of thunder fabric? I have seen that. It's I forget what it's called, but it's like $24 a yard. So it was like one of those things where I was like, oh, that's cool. I could design my own fabric, but it's $24 a yard, and that's kind of like expensive for fabric, or at least for fabric that I buy. I buy cheap fabric. Advertising is so annoying. I've given up on so many potentially monetizable hobbies because trying to advertise is very draining, and I can't even be bothered to do it. Relatable. Totally relatable. This is why my YouTube channel has not blown up, because you have to do a lot of advertising in order to have your YouTube channel really make it out there. You have to put out content often, but you also need to tell everyone in the world about the fact that you put out content. And I'm like, not super consistent with the advertising part. So share my videos, friends, because can't people just find my site, right, Frida? Can't people just find my YouTube channel? Isn't YouTube supposed to help with that? Isn't that YouTube's job? I'm supposed to make videos, and YouTube is supposed to help people find them. Why do I have to do that? I don't want to do that part. I have one last thing to sew together, and then I'm done sewing for during the stream, because after that I have filming for this part, and I'm very happy about it. I made my daughter's kindergarten dress with her own fabric with her photo. It was so cute. That's cute. With her own photo? Like a photo of her face as the print on the fabric? That's cute. I've considered selling things but need to be active on social media. It makes me miserable. Me too! Being active on social media hurts my feelings. So I don't like to do it. But, you know, that's something I have to work on, because I want to be a YouTuber more than I want to do any other thing, and in order to do that, I need to buckle down, or I need to earn enough money to hire someone who it doesn't hurt their feelings to do that job. There's got to be someone who's like, I love social media. You know? Not me. I'm not that girl. I do not love social media. As in selling anything? Has anyone tried Etsy? I used to do Etsy before they charged for selling on there. Like when I was in high school, I sold on Etsy. And I sell a couple of patterns on Etsy. I make maybe like $20 a month from Etsy, just on my patterns. But I have only like 2, 3, 4 patterns on there. And I don't get notified of the sales until I get paid, and then they're like, you've had $20 deposited into your account. Thanks, Etsy. Appreciate. Maybe you can do things more local. I found some awesome small businesses just by going local. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I'll find it and put it in Discord. It was so cute with a shrug. I used to make crochet patterns. It was her Lily Girl shrug. Awesome. I'm excited to see. That's so cute. Kyla, Etsy was great. It's too big now. You still have to pull your own customers, and it's very not non-American friendly. You said it's very not American friendly, but you mean it's very not American friendly. It's friendly for Americans. It's not friendly if you're outside America. They charge for selling? Yes, you can. Yes, they do. Charge a percentage for selling. And there's ads on their site. It's like, dude, you're already making money off the ads, and now you're taking a percentage of this? Like YouTube. YouTube, I know that you're making a huge amount of money from the ads. And you're paying the creators like 1 penny for every 1,000 views. Like, are you kidding me? Rude. That's what I meant, yes. Etsy was great. I've ordered many Etsy items, great quality items from other nations. I had 90% good experiences. Yeah, no, for shopping, it's great. But for being the person with the shop, not great. Unless you've been on Etsy for many years and acquired so many sales that you get pushed up to the top. Like starting a new Etsy, very difficult to get any traction on there. But totally, I've had great experiences with Etsy. We got our wedding bands on Etsy. Our wedding bands that are still in the box because we did not get married. Our wedding bands that I want to wear because they're so pretty. We got them on Etsy. From like Italy or something. I mean for the sellers. Yeah, for the sellers it's not the same as for the buying. Buying on Etsy is great. Sometimes, except for when people put vintage on things that are really from AliExpress and they're just tarnished. You're like, that's not vintage. Just because it's a vintage feel, like just because it's a bird in a cage that's bronze for a pendant, it's not vintage if it's a brand new thing that was made this year. It's vintage. Vintage means it's old. We need old, not vintage style. Because there's like search terms on Etsy, like handmade or vintage. There should be another thing called reselling because there's resellers on there that are just buying stuff on AliExpress. I know because I've bought those things on AliExpress and they're selling them for 5 times the price, which is still a reasonable amount of money, like because you can buy things for like 12 cents on AliExpress and they'll sell it for like $6. But they call it a vintage thing and it's not vintage. So don't call it that. That's how I feel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway. If there's not enough yarn here to finish these stitches, I am going to be so irritable for 3 to 5 seconds while I have to cut another piece of yarn to finish this. Of course, there's not enough. I ordered my wedding dress on Etsy from Belarus and my cat's collars from Greece. That's interesting. Did you know Alex is from Belarus? He was born there. He came here when he was a young lad of no more than 11 years old. Just a small lad from Belarus. Was it a nice wedding dress? But now I'm thinking of having both Etsy and my site. I have no natural way to advertise jewelry as I had yarn on Ravelry. Right. Having an Etsy might help. At least redirect some people to your website, maybe. That'd be nice. Only a little more. Almost finished sewing. Into the unknown. Oh, do you guys want to see also? I finished drawing the picture for my baby skirt. Oh, also the baby Christmas tree hat. Look how cute my little baby is for my baby Christmas tree hat. So cute. And then also I drew the picture of the skirt. Haven't colored it yet, but I drew the picture of the skirt so that you can understand it maybe how it works. This skirt. Makes sense? Thank you. I know it does. That makes so much sense. Anywho, I put fabric in there. If you want to make a novelty thing, it's super fun. What? I ordered my wedding dress. What did I miss? I put the fabric in there. Oh, good. Thank you. You put the fabric in there. In the Discord. Now I got it. Oh, that's so cute. Lily girl dress. Oh, I love the little collar on it. Wow, that looks really well sewn. It looks like a really well done Lily girl, Lily girl. Oh, they're so cute. I like that you made it like glowing too, so it just kind of looks like a pattern when it's on the dress, but if you look up close, that's really sweet. That's very cute. Laura, your drawing is becoming more advanced. Why, thank you, Kyla. That's sweet of you to say. Advanced drawings. Into the unknown. That's where my head is now. Also, if you didn't like the video yet, but it looks like you did, again, because we have 19 people in here and almost 40 likes, but if you haven't, please click, because then we will be at 40 likes, and that will make me feel happy. And don't you want me to feel happy? No, we want you to feel miserable. I'm joking. I used to design and sew all my girls' clothes and did photo shoots. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I wanted it like not obnoxious, but obvious. Not obvious, but obvious. I read obnoxious when I was supposed to be obvious. Not obvious, but obvious. Yeah, and it is. It's not obvious, but once you see it, it's obvious. But if you don't look hard, you wouldn't notice it. Bless you. If I ever have children, will probably want to design and sew many of their clothings. And if I don't have children, then my nieces and nephews will be decked out with some custom clothing for surezies. You over it, Thunder? You done for the day, buddy? You have a rough day? You have a rough life? Yeah. Have a kiss? You have one? You have a kiss? Mwah. I can give you a kiss. Mwah. Mwah. Not interested. This little fur machine is exhausting. Well, did it to yourself, and you know that you're gonna love him his whole entire life, so quit your complaining and enjoy your kitten. I like the leopard rings, Frida. I used to, oh, I read that already. Ugh. I'm sore. So, how's it going? Do you see how much makeup I put on today, by the way? Look at how dark it is. Like I'm going out in the night, but it's daytime. I am. Yes, I know you are. You're gonna love him. Max, what a cute cutie. Friends, I kind of want to go now because I have a lot of cleaning up to do before I can start filming. I have a lot of filming to finish today. I'm still here, just trying to figure out life. Good luck with that, Maggie. Good luck figuring out. When you figure it out, could you let me know the answer, please? Because same. Just trying to figure out life. I really want to remake the website and all the photos, not have a white background. A white background's nice in a jewelry website, though. You know? White background. Candace, no! Will you forgive me if I leave now? 45 minutes early? I'll stay the whole time tomorrow. Editing the photos is the least fun thing in the whole procedure. It's horrible to edit the white. I mean, yeah, but it looks really good on a jewelry website. But it does suck to edit white because it's like, is it too blue or is it too warm? I've got to have it match with all the other ones I took. I hate that. I wish you could just copy and paste your edit, like redo this. Maybe you can save the edit, not the picture itself, but like the actual edit, so that you can like copy and paste the edit that you did. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the suggestion about the pen for holding up my hair, because now my hair is held. I'm gonna go. Thank you to my patrons. Really appreciate you guys. If you're not a patron yet, I would love if you became a patron. That would be awesome. And unless you don't want to, and then don't. Absolutely don't. But if you want to, definitely do. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So come back, hang out, do the thing. And don't forget to wash your hands and all that stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like the video. Bye.